All right. Well, that ended kind of quick.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Nice. All right.
All right. But what is up, man? My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly. We got Spoiler Kings. What's up, man?
Oh man, it's been a good day. I'm happy we're in February, Groundhog's Day. I have no idea Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow or not, but
Oh, we're gonna talk about that a little bit because I do have it up. And
I just know
some memes.
It's Chicago, so for us, it's always cold. It's always a lot more winter.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
What is it? 6 more weeks of winter? What is it? Something like that?
Yeah, if he sees a shadow, 6 more weeks of winter. If not, you get early spring. I'm like, 6 more weeks of winter is it early spring? What are you talking about?
Yeah, for us, it's early.
That's ridiculous. What are you talking about? I have no idea. I got to tell you this. I went to the comic book store, of course, and I was talking to a lot of people about what they feel about the whole Zack Snyder, his release.
James Gunn.
Yeah, the James Gunn. Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
God. So no, we talked about Zack Snyder. Well, we did talk about Zack Snyder, and but they're talking about the James Gunn and his storylines, and a lot of the guys, like even the comic book guys, were saying they don't like it. They don't think that he's going to be able to pull it off. They said it sounds very corporate. Like the corporate says, we're going to do these storylines, and James Gunn's like, I could pull off anything because I'm a fan. And they're not worried about James Gunn. They worry about Warner Brothers trying to force their agenda onto him, and then he's not going to have all the free reign that he really should. And because he's jumping in the middle of storylines that need
setup.
Backing. Yes, setup. Yes. He's just jumping into stuff without telling anyone what's going on, and they're very worried about the whole idea that video games and animation are going to be part of it, and you're going to miss something in the middle for the people that are the normies, and that people are going to not follow along, and it's not going to make money. So I was like, wow, yeah, I can't wait to tell everybody about this.
Yeah, I mean, those are all like legit, like. I mean, I can't sit here and say like no 100%. Like making video games and TV and movies all blend together. It sounds fun for the hardcore fans, but for, like you said, for the normies, for the people where you're going to get most of your money, it is asking a lot. That's why I'm hoping the smart move is to make those things not important, make them Easter eggs, make them side things, like things that don't matter to, because then there's the overall big picture of the movies, and then everything else is just like
small stuff,
Easter eggs. Like I said, like
I saw this here, and this makes sense because of that. But I mean, it seemed like James Gunn is talking about like this is going to matter. Everything's going to flow together. If you miss one, you might not understand the next step. And they're like, this is a terrible idea. I don't know if he could do this. But they all say the storylines that he's trying to attempt to use are good. These are good storylines. It's just that, but without any backing, how are you going to get there? Like the Bat Family, he's like, there's so many years of things that are happening between the beginning of the Bat Family and the beginning of Batman into the Bat Family. There's a lot of stuff in between there. How are you going to explain all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, House and Nerd Show?
What's going on? I can't wait to Sunday. It's no football, and I can see your show. Can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, well, shit, you know what? My bad, House and Nerd Show. Here, right. Well, he had invited us to join his show on Sunday.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So hopefully,
sound good to me.
I know. He said I think they're talking about obviously the James Gunn stuff, and then Blackula. So I know you got.
I got that.
So I haven't had a chance to run to the comic book store yet this week. So, but yeah. Oh, the Duff hat, man! I forgot. I'm like the Duff hat. So, my friend went to Universal, and he went to Simpsons World kind of thing, and he wound up getting. And then right here,
isn't it like Duff? Isn't a bottle
opener, which is awesome. It's super cool. But yeah, oh man, he's like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna. Dude, I love this hat. It's so comfortable. I love this hat. It's definitely one of my favorites. So hopefully I think we might be able to jump on. We might do a quick show because we do our football show on Sunday.
But it's just me and you and Fredo. So it's there's no matter. So we could do a quick show and get right on it.
Yeah, because I mean it's Pro Bowl stuff and
come on,
quick show. But I read talk about comic books. But we'll see.
Most definitely.
We'll
do that. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Definitely, Sergio. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was just talking about the stuff. I went to the comic book store here.
So what is that about? So I know you said it's all the different DC like black characters in DC. So is it like a quick rundown of what they all are?
Well, it's a story with all of them in it. So it's a celebration, DC Power, a celebration for Black History Month. So all the black characters are all in, Amazing Man, Black Lightning. Has like a storyline for each one of them, all in this one book. It's a pretty thick book. So I'm going to really enjoy reading more about this, but I saw it. I was a Nubia, and I just want to really jump into and really see what this is about. I'll probably know more about it tomorrow because I just picked it up today.
I wonder if there's any variant covers.
Oh,
something like that.
I've been to 2 comic book stores. I haven't seen any variant covers yet, but definitely can't wait.
Yeah,
and then of course I'll show him with you.
With the heat. Yeah,
Children of the Black
I didn't even know they were doing that.
Number 2, and they have variant covers. They have variant covers of this.
Yeah.
So I've been grabbing some of the variant covers too.
Yeah, I love that art style, man. Like it seems very like a sloppy kind of, but not really sloppy. Like it's like on purpose sloppy. Like,
and then the next page too, really, it's very artistic. I really like the idea of it.
And I'm really curious about the story, so I really enjoyed that one so far. And I know you said what you got, Static Shock, which I didn't even know was getting a new run.
Yeah.
So I've always, man, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Hopefully,
I way too much time there. I got the Scarlet Witch that's started.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I got the variant covers, and then I just keep on going more and more. Blue Beetle, Graduation Day 3, and Old Dog, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. But I gotta tell you guys, Darkwing Duck is awesome.
Is it? Okay, good. Because I want to get it. I know, like, I think when before we went live, or not live, before we recorded the actual video with Chill, we were talking about that, and he kind of made that face like, like I'm like, listen, man,
you don't understand. Chill.
Darkwing is legit. Darkwing is legit. So that's good. That's a good story, though. I mean, I'm assuming it's somewhat goofy.
I mean, it is goofy, but it's Darkwing Duck, so whatever.
Yeah.
So get over yourself. Enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. There was something I was gonna ask you. So with the gun thing, my biggest, I won't say it's not fear, but it's also the thing I'm looking forward to the most, and also really scared of, is the Batman movie.
Yep.
Because I remember Derpy said like, "Oh, it's gonna be this." I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You're gonna skip all the Robins and go straight to Damian.
Yep.
It's, for me as a fan, I'm sure a lot of the other fans, like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And especially he said like, "Oh, we're gonna introduce the Bat family." I'm like, that's a lot to throw at normies. Mm-hmm. Where you're like, the last time we saw Robin was in the 90s with Clooney.
With Clooney. With Clooney. Yeah, exactly.
That was the last time we saw Robin, and that wasn't that great of a Robin. I think the first Robin with I'm gonna have to go grab the baby.
What's up, Lucas?
Yeah. Well, he's crying right now.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that's the cutest thing ever.
So let me go run do that real quick.
Yep, go get Lucas.
So now you keep talking comics.
Yeah, I got this. So no, we were talking about. So here's the issue they were kept saying was, what do you do? Do you get Nightwing? Do they introduce any of these things? Do you get Batman Beyond? What's going to happen? There's so many things that he can do, but the normies have to understand exactly the storyline, and you're just going to jump in the middle of it without any basis. So I worry about that. I just don't know how much they can actually do and make sense. And I know James Gunn is interested in trying to do all these things and do all these type of storylines, and I worry if he's going to be able to do what he wants, or Warner Brothers going to kind of aim the way he's going to be able to, like, you're going to do it within these constraints, so like, even this is the storyline we're going to go with, but you got to use this. Is he going to be able to go his own way all the time? I don't know. Is there he's trying to balance fatherhood with nerd stuff? This is what you got to do. So no, wish I could show you. Today, me and Tank both picked up or got in the mail this Avengers. It's the 100th anniversary. What if with Mickey Mouse as Captain America? You see Goofy as Iron Man. We got this in the mail today. So he's going to take his and he's going to frame it. He's going to frame it and put it in Lucas's room because he will start him off right. We'll teach him now. This is what you need to be doing. So I was like, yeah, that sounds perfect. Me, on the other hand, since I have two little girls who are not interested in it right now, I'm going to enjoy it in my room. I'm going to frame it somewhere in my area over here, and yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. But he's going to show it to Lucas and have him ready to do this immediately. So I appreciate. Yeah, I thought that was so cool. Tank was actually showed to me in the Disney Insider. So we ordered that as soon as it was available. We're like, yep, done. So, yeah, we gotta raise the next generation of nerds so they understand, and they can take your comic books and enjoy it, and then not go sell them all off. Don't need that. But talking about James Gunn again, I hope he can go the right way. I hope we can enjoy, his ideas. But even the Superman movie, that's asking for a lot. And it's asking for people to, first he has to get the right casting, and then you got to ask everyone to understand the storyline. And then you got to hope that it's not so similar to Zack Snyder that people are going to revolt against him. I don't know. Can he pull that off? Is it and will we get enough support? DC has the best characters. Superman and Batman are the best characters out there, right? I mean, Green Lantern is great. Wonder Woman is amazing. The Amazons, the Nubia is amazing. They have so many great characters, but they have so many long storylines. So can you actually pull off explaining all these storylines? It's hard. It's, and when you have, it's like almost like embarrassment of riches. You have so much richness of storylines, it's richness of characters, but you have no idea which way to go. And that's where their problem. They don't know which way to go. And how you going to make everything make sense in the world? I don't know how you can. Unless Feige is going to really show him the way he's going to do it. And as I said, putting video games and the animation and all of it all at the same time, it's just hard. That's just hard. And you're asking people to pay attention to stuff. I don't know how that's going to work. I would love to see some of our some of our things, the comic things that we're doing now. So like the awesome duo of Batman and the Joker. Seeing something like stuff like that, or the crossover we have with Batman and Spawn. That would be amazing. But where do you start? And everyone keeps on starting at the beginning and starting all over again, and that's hard. It's hard saying the same story over and over and over again. In the last 20 years, we've had 5 start overs of Batman and 3 start overs of Superman. And how many good Superman movies have you actually even had? If you're really honest with yourself. 2? Christopher Reeves. I mean, we have had good characters, great ideas, but we haven't had any good movies. Batman vs. Superman was probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I mean, they went out one way and then couldn't stick the landing. And but they do a good job of bringing the people in. So I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go, how everything's gonna work, but it's hard building a universe with all this stuff. and I hope that they can pull it off. But Tank is more believable, believes in it more than me. I'm like, I don't know. I just really don't know.
I'm hopeful.
So definitely not an easy task to build a universe, especially with superhero fatigue right now. They're jumping in right in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's not only just superhero fatigue; it's also that fan base is like you said earlier. It's so fractured. I mean, you just have people. No matter what, it could be we could get the best Superman movie we've ever get. We could, and then you're still gonna have like, well, it's no Henry Cavill. Like, it's always gonna be. You know what I mean? So, you know that alone just sucks. But
agreed.
Yeah.
How's Lucas?
Oh, he's good. It's like I'm sure you know. Like sometimes when they're sleeping, they just get like fussy, and as soon as you pick them up, it's like they just want to be reminded. Like,
oh yeah, you're there.
You're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he usually does but Erica she wanted to take a shower, so I'm like, go ahead, take a shower. I got it. So
you've earned that.
He mostly yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
No, I was telling everybody about your event, the Avengers, the variant one.
Yeah.
You got. Yeah. See.
Yeah. Let's go. I think it's a Spider-Man comic book, right?
I didn't even open it up yet, honestly.
I think it's a Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man variant. So
the Avengers, 100, 100 is usually about Spider-Man. So I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, well, it's 100 because it's Disney 100.
Yeah,
because it's Disney's. It's not issue number 100.
It's not.
Is it? Maybe it is.
I think it is issue 100, a variant edition of the 100 issue.
Oh,
I think it is.
Okay.
So I have Avengers 100 somewhere over here on my desk, so I have to look at it again.
Yeah, yeah. So that was cool. I think it was with your Disney Movie Insider points.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm getting it. So because my son already loves Mickey Mouse, the Mickey Mouse play club or whatever the hell, clubhouse, whatever it's called. As soon as that song comes on, it's like done. Just what?
Hot dog, hot dippity dog.
Yeah. I was like, is that where the song's from, or did they just take it from somewhere?
No, it's definitely from the Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
In the Mickey Mouse Club house.
Yeah. So, oh, you gotta make. So yeah. So I mean, the Disney Movie Insider. So anybody who buys movies still, so all Disney movies come with points, and points you can redeem on this website. And every Wednesday you get something like cool for a discounted price. This past Wednesday was like 1 of 4 Wakanda Forever Funko Pops, but it looked like M'Baku, and then
I actually have all of them.
No, dude, yeah. So this is no point. Yeah, it was the Queen. It was. I don't think it was Shuri.
She is part of it.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. Shuri's over here. Queen Ramonda.
Yeah.
I think it was Killmonger, part of it. But I also have Namor. So I got all of it.
Yeah.
I got way too much. It's just way too much over there.
But yeah, there was none that I was like, but yeah. Oh, and I went up counting how many Funkos I have, because I have 51. Well, 52 now, because I got not including the comic ones, just the regular Funko ones. I was like, that's insane. Because I got the Blue Beetle Day of the Dead one. I went up picking that one up because now I got my little collection of that one done. So
5 for 6 for 7, 48, 49, 50. So I have 50. I have 50, not including these 6.
Yeah.
Or not including these 9.
Yeah, you got a bunch more than I do. The Venom I want for sure. I went to buying Black Adam.
You did get Black Adam? I look at it
in the dark. It glows in the dark. It's cool. It's cool. And it's the OG Black Adam. It's not the Rock Black Adam.
With the pointy ears. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Widow's Peak and stuff like that. I saw it. Like, it glows in the dark. Okay, I'm sold. So,
all right,
man.
What are we supposed to be talking about today? I don't know.
Bring up some stuff. So, like you said, it was Groundhog's Day, and Phil the Groundhog, he saw his shadow.
He did.
So we get 6 more weeks. So that's why there's so many different memes of Groundhog's Day, the movie, which is it's one of my favorite movies
because it's great. Come on.
Yeah, it's
Bill Murray.
But then also with this
Here
one,
we go again.
So the time of year when Tom Brady's retirement again. So that's all. This was kind of funny. So if you're a sports fan, you kind of get the reference. But yeah, definitely one of the things. So Groundhog's Day, like we all said, we watched it, and it's great. It's definitely like classic. A big issue they always ask is how many years? How long was he doing the same day for?
For him to learn how to play the piano the way he played, he probably, I'm gonna guess 3 years. 3 years to be able to figure out all the stuff, figure out everyone's life and everything. I'm gonna guess 3 years.
I want to make sure I'm right with what the director said. So from what I understand, the director of Groundhog's Day, or the writer, said he was stuck in there for about somebody said 30 years, somebody said 100 years, somebody said 1,000 years.
No, it's not 1,000 years.
Yeah. So where is it? So the main one that a lot of people are going with are 33 years.
And he looks the same?
He does it. It's the same day, so he never ages. It's just constantly repeating. So he doesn't have to age for it. So it's supposed to be 12,400 days or something, which is almost 34 years. That's like the running tally of it. So he did so 12,000 days on repeat. Which makes sense, because there's a lot of conversations about this, because it's like, well, how long? Because it's not only just learning the piano and stuff like that. He changed who he was. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the issue, is like, well, how long does it take you to learn the person you are, or the things that you thought were wrong? You know what I mean? So, because it wasn't until he started helping people and being happy with helping people over and over again that he finally,
he was like, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
maybe. I know. So, I think about the things that he had to learn. So he had to learn from scratch how to play piano, right? And furry lease, and be able to play in a band and jazz band, and that takes years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. And then try to save the old guy. Try to save him multiple times. That's something else. He learned how to do ice sculpture.
Yeah,
learn how to be an ice sculptor. I just, in my mind, I just didn't think he could do it more than maybe in 5 years of doing the same thing. 5 years of 365 days would be enough for me. I think he can learn how to play the piano. He can learn how to become an ice sculptor. He can learn a lot of those things and still enjoy this one person. So I mean, I would say more than 5 years. I couldn't see. But
so Harold Ramis. I don't know. I'm like, who directed? I'm like, I kept wanting to say Egon. It is Egon, but his real name, so Harold Ramis directed it. And in 2009, he would bring it up, and he was asked, how long was that character trapped? What is him? The film's director, Harold Ramis, said back in 2009 that the character would have been trapped for decades, saying, quote, wow. It takes at least 10 years to get good at anything, and allotting for the downtime and misguided years he spent, he had to be more like 30 to 40 years.
Wow.
So, and I think somebody broke it down to about almost 34 years.
you would kill yourself so many times. I mean,
didn't he try to?
Yeah, he did. I mean, remember in Punxsutawney Phil, he was driving the truck.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so I mean that kind of makes sense, you know, because like that was the whole, like, I think he, you know, somewhere else he had said, like, it's not like it's because he, like, everything was always selfish, so it was like all those misguided years of him trying to get the girl, you know, so like that was a lot of time spent and stuff like that, but you know, so I thought that was an interesting thing.
Doing it 30 times in a month, wouldn't you get tired of that? I mean, just 30. That's what, they're talking about years, like years of the same day. So 365 times doing it for a year, just a year would be a work.
Yeah.
You know, and then say it for decades.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there's a lot of like theories too that there's probably like months at a time where he just didn't get out of bed because he just didn't want to bother, which makes sense too. It's just like, why? You know, just you know. So yeah, it is interesting. So, but Harold Ramis said it would probably be somewhere between 30 to 40 years, which is a long time. It's not a lifetime, but half a lifetime.
That's,
you know,
yeah, a third of a lifetime at least. Yeah.
So that's really,
and then still be interested in the same girl.
Yeah, right. I mean, what other options you have? You're stuck in that
loop, and seeing her for every day of all those days. You see, I mean, she's been nice to him, mean to him, all this stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And then wanted to stay in the same town. Let's live here. Hell no. I'm out here. First time I'm able to. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that was always something interesting because it was like, how long does it take to become a different person? They get a new perspective on life, you know. So, but I don't know. I know it's an older movie. It's definitely an older movie. But if anybody who hasn't watched it, I highly recommend. 1993. Highly recommend watching.
How many times have I seen Groundhog's Day? I'm
a lot.
25, 30, maybe 30, maybe only 30 times. I'll give myself 30.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You kind of lose track, especially when it starts showing up on TV all the time. Then it's like,
does it count if you watch it in the middle?
Yeah, it's important partial. But definitely a great movie, a fun movie, a classic. You know, Harold Ramis and Bill Murray are one of the two like duos that they made great stuff together, man. They made some great stuff together.
Well, I think about also Supernatural. You know, because everything comes back to Supernatural with me. Where was it Sam was going through it over and over again? How many times Dean was died and had to hear the heat of the moment over and over again? Oh, that would kill me. I'll be done.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's almost like your own little personal hell that you're stuck in, and
that's exactly what it is. Cool. You're being your own little personal hell.
Yeah. So, but that was cool. Love that movie. So it says, but there's a hidden truth about Groundhog Day, which might actually make it one of the scariest horror films of all time. Which is kind of true, yeah.
Oh, I mean, going to that same day all that many days in a row. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'll jump.
You think 30-something years? I mean, what do you? Yeah. But yeah, so there's Groundhog's Day, since today is Groundhog's Day. Then a couple other things. So Scott Lang, the character, the fictional Marvel character, released a book. Look out for the little guy. And I believe he did a telling. It was on somewhere on YouTube, I thought, where he was actually Scott Lang and he was like reading a chapter from his book or something like that.
I mean, that works on just so many different levels. Look out for the little guy. I mean, Ant-Man.
Boy, yeah.
It works out as
the thing. I mean, you even have a little Ant-Man right here. He's like little Ant-Man right there. So it's definitely, it's really funny that it's an actual book that you can buy on Amazon for $27. It's on pre-order, so you get it in September, way after the movie's done. But I did
You
think
ordered it, didn't you? You ordered it, didn't you? Look at
no,
you.
I wish. I kind of want to. I mean, you pre-order it now, but oh man. Yeah. Look out for the little guy.
Does that mean that Scott Lang doesn't die?
Maybe it's his daughter releases it. Like, oh, here's his yeah, but it's like once you learn the unforgettable details of his epic journey, you won't need to you won't need to be reminded ... to look out for the little guy. So, yeah. So that definitely, and it's like he's credited as the author, which is hilarious. It's like by Scott Lang, like
by the imaginary guy Scott Lang. What?
Yeah, and obviously that's just the one thing. But
hey, Kindle edition. There you go, $13. That's where you got me right there.
Yeah, I feel like this is I would want a hardcover for it just so he can sign it. Like if I ever
you go to Comic-Con one day, yeah, Paul Rudd's there. And I want Paul Rudd to sign it as Scott Lang.
Yeah, that's super meta. Oh man, but I thought that was kind of funny. And then for Harry Potter fans, Mina Lima is coming out with their third book, The Prisoner of Azkaban.
I was like, these are buying this stuff, and then you showed me part of it. I was like, maybe.
Oh, definitely. These Mina and Lima were the guys who pretty much designed Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like they did a lot of the details on sets and stuff like that. I believe, especially with the new one. What's it called? Fantastic Beasts stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
the new prequel.
Yeah.
You know how many times I'll just be like looking for something to watch on TV, and Harry Potter's on, and I'll stop and just watch the whole thing again and again and again. Like,
at
least 4 times this week, I've watched a Harry Potter episode. Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh my god!
Just have it. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I think this is really cool. My girlfriend's like a really big fan, and the artwork is so cool in these books. So the first 2, it looks amazing. They're like some of it pop up like kind of book, hardcover. I thought the book itself looks super cool. You know, it's all like pretty. But yeah, so I think a lot of people have been wanting it. They finally announced it today, October. The book. So.
Wait a minute. So September, I get
if you want the
Scott Lang
pre-order with sign and stuff. October, you get the I think honestly, I think this will be Erica's third or fourth version of the Harry Potter books, because she got the hardcover original ones. Then she has the graphic novel, not the graphic novel, the animated kind of one. So there's a bigger book and everything's like there's a lot of drawings and stuff, and then there's this is by far the nicest, coolest one, you know. So yeah, and they were part of the actual universe building with, you know, the way everything looked. So definitely worth it.
I've had to buy 3 copies of it so far. So it's the one that we originally were staying up all night.
Let's all go to the movie.
Yo, thank you, Brandon.
But so the original one,
man. Heck yeah.
I had to do that. I had to stay up all night, and me and my sister were sitting there, you know, waiting for the book release to read the book and to binge it. That was the first time I remember binging, like reading 18 hours. What's next?
Just stuck on it.
What page are you on? You know, mom tells you go to sleep, get the flashlight on. What's next? I have that one. True. And then I have a special edition one. You start getting that, and still in the wrapping, all that's wrapped up. And then, you know, you start getting these special ones. Like I got the first 2. You got me the first 2 of that's down here somewhere.
Yeah. Well, because I know you're like super diehard, like
and then Harry Potter fan. I have spell books.
The spell books.
I have 2 spell books, and then of course I have. How many wands do I have? 4, 5. That's it. That's only 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Not
4
too
or 5.
much.
I know there's one like YouTuber I follow, Mammoth Club. They do a lot of Disney and Universal parks and stuff. So they went to California, so in Universal Hollywood, and she said they do something different over there at their Harry Potter land that Florida one doesn't do. So you can buy a wand, but then you can get it engraved.
Really?
And yeah, so you can get it. So she got like her like little like gamer tag or whatever, tag handle is, and it's like Molly McAwesome or something like that. And it's not just like a just like etched in, like it looks like the font and everything, and it's gold. It looked so cool. She went up crying because she's a diehard, like super diehard, like Harry Potter fan as well. So she was just like, it was just such a nice little touch, and it has meant a lot. So like, oh my, and then she showed it. I'm like, oh wow, that does look nice. That does look super nice. So add that to your list.
I start thinking about things like that the fact that Harry Potter broke his the wand in half and threw it off a bridge. Like, come on, man, it's a waste. Just send it to me. I wouldn't have done anything. I'm a muggle. I wouldn't know nothing. Just send it to me. It'd be cool.
Yeah, that wand. I know which one. Like that was that the Elder Wand or whatever it's called.
Yep, the Elder Wand.
It looks so stupid though with the balls. Like, I was like, really? Like I seen some cool ones on like YouTube and like at the parks and stuff. I'm like, that's the badass one. That's like Excalibur of wands and shit. So
I remember the wand picks the wizard.
Yeah, I guess
that's not much we know. The wand picks the wizard.
Yeah. So. But yeah, so super cool stuff, man. The book definitely. I'm gonna buy that book for my girlfriend because can't start the collection without finishing it. So, and then thanks again, Brandon Solano. Appreciate you subbing to the Spoiler Kings. So one last thing before we get into some of our reviews. This has been making its way around the internet. So this is from a Disney cruise. And the Disney cruise, I think one of the newer things is like a Marvel section thingy. I don't know what they're doing. So I'll show you. And then we can just like talk about it. So right off the bat, it just says right here, the moment when Shuri and T'Challa reunite through the power of the multiverse. This is a Disney cruise. Disney cruise, not the MCU. Like, okay, let's watch it and
Why? I have always been right here. Let's do this. Wakanda forever.
Yeah. Is a Disney cruise is telling a better Black Panther story than the MCU is. Understand that a Disney cruise knows what the fans want. And they know that the fans are like, you know what, they want T'Challa. Let's find a way to bring T'Challa back. Come on. But like, you had the moment where like I missed you and I've been right here, all that stuff like that, and then they do the pose together and stuff. You
hurt me so much. I don't know what.
Did you not see this?
No, I've never seen. Oh my god!
Really? Okay. Wow. This came out today. Today it's kind of been making its rounds. Its rounds around there. There you go, Colors. When I saw this Black Panther clip, I saw the Spoiler Kings. Yeah, it's been making its rounds today. E-Man posted it. A bunch of other people on Twitter posted it. And thank you, Colors, for joining in today. Appreciate it.
Wow. I don't even know what I would say. I think I'm going with Disney Cruise. I guess that's where we're going to go for spring break. All right, let's see if we can find this.
Yeah. Because I know the new cruise line that they just redid or whatever has a whole Marvel, I don't know, deck or platform. I don't know what the hell they're calling it. But this, I saw this and I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh shit, okay. Well, at first I thought it was like Disneyland because Disneyland has Avengers Campus.
Yep.
So I thought maybe they did that because they legit had like a funeral at at Avengers Campus for T'Challa, and then they brought in Shuri and all that stuff. And so I thought it was Disneyland at first, and then found out it was the cruise. So, yeah.
Heroes Unite. Okay, so honestly, what I would want Shuri to go to the plane, and see T'Challa there. I don't know if I want to see through the multiverse. The problem with the multiverse is it's not the same T'Challa.
It's not the same exact T'Challa. But what if it is? What if it's the T'Challa that survived whatever illness? So it just literally picks up like, oh yeah, no, I did this to avoid this illness. It's like, so you have everything up to that point. It's like could be exactly the same. Because the multiverse is different points, right? Because that's what we're learning. So it's like,
well, that branch got broken off, and then
wow, like Star-Lord T'Challa that branch was broken off early in his life as when he was a young kid. This could have been like, hey, maybe he didn't die, and then here's the exact moment.
Star-Lord T'Challa right there.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean that's. Wow.
I don't know the story behind it. I kind of want to know more, and obviously,
I need more information before I can even put together my own thoughts. Because I feel like I'm ignorant of the idea of what's going on. But that would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with that. It will be amazing.
I mean, obviously, it's not canon. It is a cruise ship. But the cruise ship has been going pretty hardcore with it. There's a whole Ant-Man Wasp like kind of side story that isn't part of the main canon, and that in that, like in the cruise, I know you have Captain America, Sam's captain, so he's got the new suit. Miss Marvel's there. Captain Marvel is flying around and stuff like that. And I think even in the clip, he was saying, he brought up a joke. It's like, oh, I bet you a lot of people are asking why I didn't go up Thanos's,
Yeah,
and he got made fun of that joke that everyone always made fun of. So
I don't know how, like me going to the ancestral plane. So like if we went to this Disney cruise, my wife would have to come in and probably tell you, like, I'll probably be there all the time. Like, where did Brian go? He said, Daddy's in the ancestral plane. He never came back. He just stayed there. He just asked all the questions, wanted to know what everything went. I'm gonna go to each little branch, and I'm like, Chaka, how could you? So like they have this new.
You pull out your notebook. Hold on, you got a bookmark.
I got questions, guys. Here we go.
Yeah.
First off, so they're supposed to have this idea of having the first.
I don't have. I need to download that and make that a sound clip.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, we got Derpy.
What's up, Derpy?
Up, Derpy.
Hey, thanks for the help yesterday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for joining.
No, thanks for the help yesterday. Yeah, that was good. We had someone doing some stuff. Yeah.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
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 That was what's up.
There you go. Mod of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Call it right now.
You're winning. We're gonna do a Spoiler King Awards. Mod of the year, right there.
Yeah. But yeah. So let's see. Yeah, this is just
my youngest is in love with Black Panther. Like, and she likes Shuri. Don't get me wrong, but she's in love with T'Challa. Like she has, I have to buy all the children. They have children's books of the T'Challa. So like I have in my car. So when we on the way to school, we're waiting on the school, but the line, she's reading all this stuff, and my oldest teaching how to learn her words through these Black Panther books. So when I go to the comic book store, I always have to spend like extra $20 just getting these little books. I'll bring next time we on stream just to show you guys, and that's my way to get my girls into comic book, into comic books and learning all this stuff. So it was very cool.
Yeah. Hey, you start off with something that you like, and then you just kind of build a passion for it, and then obviously comics intertwine with a bunch of different things, and wow. Yeah. But yeah, this
also, like in my one, so we have a graham cracker, and then I have an amazing fantasy. Both of those are
nice.
And we go, and then they have their own section where I'll go to do my stuff, start looking at my stuff, and they'll go to their stuff, and they'll look at look for their specific things. So like my one daughter loves like Avatar, so like Aang and all that stuff. So she's looking for those things, and then my youngest is like all Black Panthers. That's all she wants. So she looks at the little books with the little gold brim, of all the Black Panther, all that stuff. So, and I gotta say that one is better than the Wakanda line, comic book.
Which
line.
one?
So, just the little gold one. It's like an open book, pop up books and stuff like that. It's so cool. It's like the Berenstain Bears. It's like that type of T'Challa, that type of Wakanda Forever stuff. So it's better.
I got you. But this man, this was pretty cool, man. I think it definitely reopens that the debate again. The recast debate. I know a lot of people are saying like get over it, blah blah blah, and then obviously like other channels, like Chillmonger, Planet Fanatics, I think for us too, maybe we won't talk about it as much, but I think we all, want to see the recast T'Challa kind of thing. And this
at least someone's listening, or someone's trying things out. I think Disney's not stupid. Disney's like, they're putting things out there, fillers out there. And what could we do? What should we do? How will people react to this? Are people crying in the crowd? Like, yes, this is how it should be. We should have the king. We could have Shuri, be there. We could have T'Challa there and him show her the right way. And we don't have to worry about Killmonger being the one in between that's the one that she's going to follow.
Yeah.
Those are the type of things you think about. That's just me. So
yeah. I mean, but you also like Shuri becomes her own hero in her own right.
She becomes like a goddess. She's like a goddess in herself.
And right now you're binding her to another character to keep this, I don't know, idea alive. I don't know what they're trying to keep alive. This mantle, even though they said it's not a mantle and now it is. I don't know. I was like, but also it's like you're not letting her shine in her own way. You know what I mean? She has to like carry the torch instead of
being who she was, who she could have been by herself, who she is by herself. Yeah. So I agree.
So I mean, like the whole thing is like, recast people hate women, that debate. Like, no, like if anything, it's holding her back. Like she could be way more. She could be way more,
I feel like we miss out on not having the storyline for Storm. There's so many things. Like there's something in my book that I'm looking for the Storm storyline, and I think we miss out on that. We miss out on that, the Storm T'Challa storyline.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. We'll see, man. You never know. We never know with Secret Wars and what they plan on doing. But I enjoyed Wakanda for what it was. There are parts I liked. There are definitely parts I liked, but overall, I think it was very disappointing.
I try not to go back and I did since Disney Plus released it. I watched it again.
Yeah,
and I actually fast forward through a lot of it because the emotions that they try to make you, they like stay on it so long, and it's so much. And if I was just a movie person, I understand it. I really do. If I was only about the movies, I understand, why the emotions that they trying to pull out of me.
Yeah.
But as a fan of, like, I told you, I have like probably 120, 130 Black Panther. Like I have I understand the 2016 line, I have the 2008 one, the 1992 line, like through a lot of comic book runs, different ones, and how important T'Challa is in the grand scheme
of a lot. Like when they first made the Illuminati, like how big and powerful that group was, and he goes, nah, I'm a king to my people first, so F you guys. It was awesome.
Yeah, he does, but people don't understand what he really is, how smart he really is. T'Challa is a genius in his own right, but we never got to even explore those type of things. So it's not just Chadwick's T'Challa; it's T'Challa from the comics. It's T'Challa in different as an Avenger, as in him. We denied the Avengers to say I can't be an Avenger because I care more about my people. There's just so many things that we're not being able to touch and see, and how he created Shuri's lab. He taught her how to do the things that she's doing. That's him. So I'm very careful to try not to go down this rabbit hole.
I know. We can easily go down this rabbit hole.
I see it coming. I'm like, let me not go down this Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. So let me just talk something else.
Well, real quick. So Derby said at this point of the MCU, it wouldn't make sense to recast, but I wouldn't count on him being. I wouldn't count out him being recasted for Secret Wars, but they did with Wakanda Forever was necessary. See, I don't think it was.
Think it was necessary.
It was. I take it back. It was necessary for them to grieve. That's what it was necessary for. It wasn't necessary for us as fans. We understood. Chadwick died. For them as friends, it was necessary for them, but also that's not what.
No, you could have easily said that this Wakanda Forever is going to be during the 5-year blip on when we had no idea what was going on with Chadwick.
Yeah.
Or had no idea what was going on with T'Challa because he was dust, and then you could have recast it from there.
Yeah, but
or you could wait to Secret Wars, and you could wait till we have Battle Earth, and then we could go different variants and talk. We could have went that way. So there's
a bunch of different ways you could have gone without killing the main character. He could have been in space. There's a whole Wakanda intergalactic. What was it called? Intergalactic space thingy
program. Yeah. He talked about that.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, what's this? And then he has like a spaceship. That's like a spaceship. And he could go out into space. And that's the Ultimates, the Omniversal one is all about Black Panther going into space. He's king of Wakanda, but he goes into space all the time is to help out things and figure out things. Because he's that smart. It's in his own right. We never even
So there's a bunch of different things you could have done, but for them to kill him off was definitely them working through their emotions, which I don't think you don't need to bring everyone else through that because everyone grieves differently. So I understand that, but I don't know.
But also, it didn't have to be
the end of the line.
Yeah,
that was my issue with it because also I'm always it's hard at times. I'm not saying it's not hard at times, but making a decision, doing something when you're really caught up in your emotions, not just being sad, Planet Fanatics. I was watching a little earlier today. They were talking about Will Smith because of Bad Boys 4 at this point, right? 5. Shit. Oh my God.
Hey, Bad Boys 4 was awesome. So I'm all.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So, obviously he came up and then, obviously we can't talk about Will Smith anymore without the slap and all that stuff. And it's like, but that's like when you get caught up in your emotions of either anger or pride or something. Bad things happen when you act on your emotions, And I think these guys, the people that made Wakanda Forever, acted on their emotions. Some people agreed with it and liked it. I think more and more people are coming out that it's not. It wasn't the best way to handle it. You know what I mean? But for them, I was like, you know what, man, good for you for doing what you wanted to do, but you didn't have to drag all of us into it. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's good. First time in the live. Appreciate it.
Hey, welcome. I appreciate you coming in. I think you have to recognize that it's not just a mantle, but it's also something else that goes along with this. T'Challa has been around for 60 years. And we got less than an hour and a half of him on screen. That just does not sit well with me.
Yeah.
And you would never go get those same storylines.
Yeah, I think the movie was better with Shuri taking the helm and building up with her anger. It's just climax for me. See, but then that was a whole other issue. Who's she mad at? You know, like she was mad at the world, but I was like, who you mad at? You know, because she's like I'm gonna like it doesn't make any sense. You know,
the thing like, if we really want to get into the movie, I'm more angry with the fact that this the most powerful country in the world with the highest technology cannot keep their people safe. Cannot keep their royal family safe.
Yeah, the king.
So no matter how much technology, how smart, how we've been able to keep a secret for all this time, we're still we're left with being the bottom of the culture. Like we have to be saved. We can't protect our own. Though we have all these things, we've done this for all these years. We can't protect our own.
Yeah,
and you know that was something that
she was mad herself, I guess. But there's the whole scene where she's like at the fire. You know, like it just seemed like she was mad at the world. You know, that's what it made it seem like for me. I mean, granted, I only seen it one time, but yeah, you know, I mean. I like I said, man, they could have sent him off into space to go do space shit because now we know about space stuff because of Thanos, you know, and somebody had to handle stuff at home. She could have became Black Panther as well, not instead of.
Yeah, it's like why do you have to pull one down?
Well, I agree to disagree.
Yes. But I feel like you have to. Well, they felt like they had to kill off all the lead black men in that place, and they couldn't protect themselves, and that's what it comes out to do. You can't protect yourselves. We had to kill all that, and we killed off the entire family, and now we left Shuri by herself.
Yeah.
So I don't
know. Yeah. But this was definitely something. I think. I'll play it one more time. Because in the crowd you hear a lot of people kind of like. Gasping and kind of like excited in you know in a good way. So here, play one more time. Unmute it.
I missed you so much. Why? I have always been right here. Let's do this. Wakanda forever.
Yeah, but
I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah. I just thought it was like a cruise. Just telling a better Black Panther story than what we're getting on the big screen. Come on. Yeah, she was mad at everyone except for Namor. Apparently, she spared his life after all the damage she did. Yeah,
that's a whole thing too. He's been. It's real. It's hard. I mean, I'm almost lost for words. I understand. Just hate the way we've gone. I hate how we got here. I hate the way that we.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's almost like a contradiction because like people they get called out. You know, Namor, Coogler about acting on their reactions, and then we get a bunch of characters who act on their emotions. Mm-hmm. You know, like Namor reacts to his emotion of saving his people and being found out and stuff like that. So of fear, he wants to fight them for some reason. You know, it's like
you gotta have black versus brown because you can't have black versus anything else.
Yeah, yeah, and then Shuri, you know, reacts on her emotions as well, you know.
Or T'Challa, the fact that he keeps the secret away from everybody after he yells at his father for doing the same exact thing in the first movie. So it's like totally contradicting what we learned in the first when he was just yelling about his father and ancestor were playing about. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is, man. It sucks. But like I guess I know Plant Fanatics, they're gonna go down E-Man, Chillmonger, you know, all these other YouTubers that support the recast of T'Challa movement. You know, us as well. We want to see it happen on the big screen. I think it'll do a lot of justice if they can. I know you can't undo it, but if you can course correct, I think it's a good word.
Find a storyline that works with it, that we can bring back T'Challa back into this universe at least, and then have him We already put Toussaint in here. This little child or whatever. So have him teach him how to be Black Panther. That's what you want to do, but don't lose.
But that's what this movie was supposed to be about. This movie was supposed to be about him finding out he's a father and all the time he missed, and then helping him teach his son.
Mm-hmm. How to connect with his son, and then teach him how to be this thing. And then this will be a long time. It takes time.
Yeah, but I'm surprised you haven't seen this one, man. I'm kind of. Really glad I got your.
You hit me. I'm like, whoa.
yeah. So
that's
legit reaction, live reaction. So yeah, it was very cool. It was 12 hours ago. I think E-Man posted it, and that's about when I saw it making its rounds. So yeah,
boy, that's hurt. That hurts.
It is. It's rough to watch. You're like, what is it like? Everybody like that? They're like, the Disney's cruise ship is doing it. With
you can listen to the people of the cruise ship, but you can't listen to the people that love T'Challa, huh? All right, I see what you're doing. I see what it is.
Yeah. I feel it's like that Iron Man thing. Like Tony Stark did it in a cave with scrap. Like Disney Cruise did it in the middle of the ocean with random actors.
With random actors in one costume.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. But all right, let's get into some of these reviews.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do first? Mayfair or Bad Batch?
Let's do Mayfair because Bad Batch was bad.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Do the Mayfair Witches. All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly. What is up, man?
Man, it's been a good week. I'm glad we finally here. I was waiting for Mayfair Witches to come out. I'm so happy that we were finally able to talk about this. And what the hell just happened?
Yeah. I feel like it's finally picking up. Like it's finally like I'm like, okay, this is what we should have got in episode 2. Maybe 3, but this is we're getting where we want to get. We're actually getting to the Mayfair Witches. So
yeah.
The actual like plot of everything. Oh man, but pretty good episode. I want to say this is probably my favorite episode since the first one. Number 2, 3, and 4 didn't really capture me like the first one did.
There was a lot going on in this one. There was a whole lot, and I was confused about Sip and what was happening, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening? How did we get here?" Like we just saw him get stabbed, and him holding himself, and it's the end of the episode, and then we come back and it's like none of that stuff happened. And they're like, we don't know how we're. And there's okay being in the Mayfair house and going through all this falling in love stuff, and it was just really weird that was happening. And without any explanation. Yeah,
I like when an episode starts off with like well, what's going on, I like that. What I hate is when it takes an hour for them to tell us what's happening. Luckily, this one answered it pretty quick. I think it answered it before the first commercial break. So I'm like, okay, 10, 15 minutes in, they kind of started figuring out it was Lasher or like stuff is going on. So I'm like,
the shirt is off, and then you start saying, what is that? You start seeing the things not healing, and seeing all that was interesting. And then here's a question, really. Lasher came out, he said everything that's happening here is what you want. You are in control of what's going on. So when she says save Sip, send him home, and he goes home, is Lasher telling her the truth? Is what we heard in the last episode the truth, that she is really in control of everything? He listens to her, or is he trying to manipulate her? We don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. Also, that's what the uncle, the rich uncle guy. I can't think of his name. Cortland. That's what he said. He goes, "Oh no, he listens to you. You know, he's your like servant. You know what I mean? It's like it's not the other way around. You know, so with also Cortland, I think last year have a thing connection, but I that's what I liked about this episode because the whole time you're like, well, who's making the calls?
Mm-hmm.
Is it her or is it him? And the whole time you're like, well, what? Because he does some things where he's like, oh, I disapprove. I don't want you to do that. And he gets mad, but it's like, is it though? Like, are you just allowing her to think that,
or is he manipulating her? And
I
don't know the answer to that. It's so weird. Carlotta, seems to be doing things for the right reasons. It's just an asshole.
She's doing all.
She's killing people. She's trying to stab her. She's saying, "I'm still gonna throw you off the balcony. There's a way out. I'm gonna throw you off the balcony." What the fuck's wrong with you, lady? It's so. She's so one-minded. Then I didn't realize that her sister is a ghost.
Yeah. Oh, that blew my mind. That was so cool. That was really cool. I did not see that coming at all. Yeah, that was interesting. It didn't like change anything too much, but it does tell you it's like, you know what, Carlotta, she's still a witch.
And she's not just a witch, she has a lot of power and she's running that house. So she's still ruling that house. And that was really interesting in the whole scheme. Yeah.
Yeah. So it really changed her character. Also, so on that balcony, I know we're getting into the spoilers and we're all over the place right now. But it is what it is. The balcony scene, she's being all nice, like, and, she's all talking all lovely, like, oh, it's the right thing, dearie, like, you know what to do, you have, and then when Rowan realizes like, oh, hold on, you did it, like, she didn't choose to jump off the balcony, you did it,
pushed her,
but then she switched, like her face got like, he goes, it reminded me of like Smeagol, Golem kind of thing. Oh, you're my friends. I'm gonna kill you. And it was like her voice changed, her demeanor changed, her voice, face, everything. It was like, wow, that's pretty good because it's instantly she got called out on her BS. She was I'll do it again. It was like,
I thought she was gonna try to grab her and throw her over the balcony.
Yeah. So she was a great actress. I thought, doing that because
as good of the actress she is. I gotta say this. Alexandra Daddario is beautiful. She is not a great actress. Oh my! No. Like the things, her faces sometimes are like,
yeah,
like it's like
that's what I said. She's just like, her eyes are huge because she has to show off those pretty blues, and then
it's almost like watching Zoolander.
Yeah.
Like it's like wow. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm okay with listening to someone else tell me that I'm wrong, but she just doesn't. She's not a great actress. She's just not.
No. Right now, like this episode was good because of the people around her. Sip, Lasher, Carlotta. What's it called? No,
Carlotta. Yeah,
Carlotta. They helped, I think, make her seem better than she is, as at least acting wise. You know what I mean? Like when the person next to you does all the acting, maybe you're like, let him run with it. I don't know.
Like she's listening to Lasher and fall into his world, and they're doing their dance. She's like, you really want to dance, and then he was like, no, you really want a piece of cake. She's like, I'm not 6, and then she takes a fork and she's like, I really do want this piece of cake. It's just like a fat kid.
Because when he first said it, she got like, it was like a smile. She's like, "There's cake," and she's like, "Wait a minute, I'm not a 6-year-old." Like, yes, you are. Eat that cake.
She was like, I don't even want this cake. Let me take this fork. Let's eat this cake. That was very funny. But it seems like what he's doing, he is accentuating her desires. So what her desires are inside, he's it to a different level. Like he's making it even stronger and making her even stronger. So that's, I think, what his power is. Because she asked him, "What are you?" And he's like, "I really don't know." And I don't think he lied. I don't even believe that he's lied to her at all in this entire show. Like everything he said, he's probably told the truth.
more or less. Same thing with Carlotta. Like I think she told more or less the truth to Rowan. And then DC Diesel said, haven't seen the show, but I agree she's not a great actress at all. She's not. Hopefully maybe she gets better as time goes by, when she's around some of these better actors. But
I think she was better when she was 7, or 17 or whatever. She was doing those Poseidon movies.
Oh, was that her?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay,
that's definitely her.
Yeah. I mean, all I remember, I think she was in True Detective. She was Woody Harrelson's girlfriend, wife, or whatever. That's
yeah, but like no, she was in she was definitely in that I don't know why I always forget.
Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, Percy Jackson.
Okay. I know who you're talking about now. I forgot about that. But yeah, she's not the greatest. And I think that's the issue is she's not horrible. I've seen way worse.
Yeah, no, you're wrong.
But
she's definitely prettier. She's more attractive than she is as an actress. Like she's like, it's better to look at her than actually have to deal with her acting. She's like a real life. You guys seen Big Bang Theory? She's like a real life Penny. She's definitely prettier than she is an actress.
That's funny. That's funny. But I think if we got this show before we got Interview, I don't think we would be as down on it. Because I think if this was the first one, we'd be like, oh, this is good. I like it. It's coming after.
Interview with a Vampire was amazing. Well, everything they did was just like
Samri did. Yeah. Those guys were on another level of chemistry and was like knowing the characters.
It was like watching a movie. They were that great actor. I watched this TV show. I could tell it's a TV show. I was like, the acting is that way. The scenes are that way. But when I was watching them, everything was so good. Everyone in that series was so good. It's hard comparing it, and I almost don't want to compare it because I know why you have to, but it's in the same universe. But it's a story that we really knew. This Mayfair Witches is not a story that we all know. But I will say this: I will say that the next couple of episodes are going to have a chance to be really great, to really push the story a lot further.
Excuse me. Yeah. Watching the what's coming next kind of stuff
looks good.
Like, ooh, this is the stuff I want. This is the stuff I was interested in. Like all this like crazy witchcraft kind of stuff.
So that's what we should talk about. So Sip is in his apartment. His sister's there, who's pregnant, whatever, and he's like, I had to call my boss. They're coming, and I need you to go hide. What? You're sitting and bleeding on the floor. You need me to go hide. And he's like, yeah, they can't see you here.
Yeah. We say I'll be even in bigger trouble or something like that.
Yeah.
That was actually a really cool scene too. With the other witch doctor. Yeah. The healer or whatever. Like her taking the pain and her pulling out that knife was sick. I was like, oh my God, that's cool.
Looking inside,
because I'm like, what's all
of a sudden she takes the scarf from him and puts it on her, and she opens up herself, and you can see her pull the sword out of that. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I thought that was super. That was super cool. But also, what she said too, where when they first came in, and he was like, or she was like, oh, what happened? And then the helper guy that came with her. He's like, oh, he was at the Mayfair watch. Oh, that's what
Samir. He says, well, he's watching one of the Mayfair Witches. He's like, why do we keep on sending all of our people to die around that family? Like that line. That was so awesome.
But she was definitely dressed up in more like Indian kind of
definitely
like Hindu robes or something like that.
Yep. Her and Samir, both of them. They look like they're very, very Hindu like.
Her for sure. Him, I'm not sure because he was just in a suit, right?
No,
I don't remember. Because I really saw her. That was the first time we saw her, and I was interested in her right away. I was like, oh, okay, because him we've seen before, but yeah, that because I'm like, oh, is this like a worldwide group that protects, like
that's what Sip always called him. He always said that that's what they do. They go around just saving people, and they protect all magic, and they watch over certain magical beings to make sure they're okay. And but that was another interesting thing that they brought up in the show was that Sip is not the first one to fall in love with a Mayfair witch.
Yeah. I forgot. Oh, what was his name? But it was also interesting. It's like, was he because he said like he was stuck in the house, and I think it was Antha.
Whatever you do,
the grandmother.
Whatever you do, don't die in the house. So the one who jumped over the balcony, the one who actually jumped off the balcony, is the one that fell in love with somebody.
Yeah, with another guy that wasn't Lasher, and it was, I think her name was Antha. Could be wrong, but I know it was the grandmother of Rowan. And then and they saw each other, so I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So and this guy's like, oh, what do you say? He goes, oh, he doesn't like that.
Yeah, he doesn't like
somebody else.
Oh, you fell in love with her. He doesn't like that. Yeah.
So I was like, damn, your spirit gets stuck in the house? I'm like, how many spirits are in this house now? Like, there's so many questions I have,
and that's what's so cool. When we found out Ball-Bell was a ghost, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
she's a ghost all this time.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then looking forward to seeing that she's got to become a full Mayfair witch. That's interesting too. So the rest of those people that were all at the party or at the funeral got to accept her, and she has to learn about that. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah. I'm after this episode, I'm more interested in this show. The first one was good. I thought it wasn't a great pilot. It was a good pilot. And then 2, 3, and 4 were just kind of like all of the same. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all of those were just like, who am I? Where am I from? Who am I?
Yeah, and the end of that 3 when her mother just slit the throat, slit that. I was what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. I mean, even the end of 4 when he gets stabbed was great too.
That's what they do. They're like, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Right at the end. Yeah. But this whole episode, I liked it from start to beginning.
What character is your favorite character so far?
Man, I don't know. I like Sip. I like Sip because he's gonna be interesting.
He's reserved, he's powerful, but he's very measured, and he's still going. Even though he knows the danger, he's still going after that. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
but Cortland could be the wild card, man.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be working with Lasher, and Lasher hasn't showed how bad he is yet. I feel like we're kind of rooting for him. We're like, oh, he's not that bad, right? I mean, he wants to kill Carlotta because she's also kind of bad.
And we're gonna find out he's like the devil. He's the devil incarnate, and we still know that.
Yeah, there's gonna be something that happens that's when you realize, like, oh, he is the baddest guy. Like, that's it, So, but I feel that's gonna be like towards the end of the season. But I do like Lasher. He's kind of interesting. There's a lot of interesting characters, but no one that's like I'm really attached to yet. Like even like Rowan, you're supposed to be attached to her, and I'm just kind of like, okay, what
She's just
what else we got?
She does so many whole things. It's so.
Like I said, she's the dumbest doctor ever.
That doesn't make any sense. He was like, well, how about you look inside of me before you just go ahead and cut me open?
Yeah.
Like what doctor wouldn't know? Especially you have these powers where you can go inside and look inside of people's bodies. Why wouldn't you do that first? She just does so many questionable, stupid things.
Yeah.
So, even when she you got rid of Sip and it was just her and Lasher. Like she's falling for Lasher. Like no one thinks it's really creepy that you were with my mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother, and she didn't find that creepy at all. Like she just, oh, that's cool too. What?
Yeah.
What?
So she's like, oh, I get it. like ew. Yeah, that's kind of weird. So yeah, Cortland told her basically like, oh yeah, he's every woman in your bloodline. So actually, the thing I'm the most interested in are these intros that they do with the flashbacks to like way back in the day kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm the most interested in. I'm like, just do a whole episode of that. Like, I want to know what's going on there, and I feel like that's going to set something big up right at the end. Right at the end.
We only got 3 episodes left.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. So we only got 6, 7, and 8.
Okay. What is that?
It's really bad when your lead actress is not compelling at all. I'm not Tessa Rowan at all. I'm not either. I mean, besides her looking pretty, like, oh man, you're really nice looking.
Yeah.
I'm
interested in what is going to happen and what like her powers a little bit, but I'm not like not how I was. I know it's hard to compare it to interviews,
you could say Louis Lestat. You could say all of them.
Claudia, for me, Claudia.
I'm more interested in Daniel than I am in Rowan.
Yeah,
Daniel's just a dude, a random dude on the side, but I'm more interested in him than Rowan right now. So the story might bring me back because I am interested in Sip. I'm interested in what Cortland's going to be. I'm interested in Carlotta. I'm interested in Lasher.
Well, Carlotta, I don't know about anymore.
She's still going to be there though. So something because if you die in the house, you don't really die. And I don't know if that means on a property. I don't know if Carlotta's still going to be there, like with her sister as a ghost. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like she's still going to be there.
Yeah.
Like Deidre is gone because she died outside the house, but Carlisle's died right there. And Carlisle's still going to be part of the witches and
but she died outside the house. So how's that? Because remember that's like that's your way out of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what she was trying to tell Rowan. It's like, oh, this is the right thing to do. Like, leave the house. I don't know. There's a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. Xavier said, with 3 episodes left, hopefully things will pick up. The previews look like they will. But trailers can be deceiving, so you never know.
So who knows what's really going to happen? But it looks great. It makes sense. I'm interested to see if whatever the guy's name was, Keith or whatever that was the guy's name, that Sip saw. Like, is his story going to mean more to us?
Yeah. Well, now that this is the first time they talked about the grandmother, pretty much the entire series so far. Yep. So like now she's kind of playing an important character. So I think we're gonna get a lot of lore. We already got a lot of lore with the family in that like 5-minute, 10-minute scene, and now that it looks like they're coming back in the next couple episodes. I think we're gonna get a bunch more lore. Yeah. Which I'm all in for.
The thing that makes me think Carlisle's not dead. Like she's dead, but she's gonna be a ghost is because, but whatever that guy named Keith, whatever, he was calling out for the grandmother, right?
Oh,
so I think she's still in the house.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if she's still in the house and Carlotta's still in the house, so even though you died on this property, you're still out here on the property and they can commune with you. Mm. And that's what I think they're going to teach her. They're going to teach her how to commune with the other witches. And she's going to understand who she is as part of this family.
Or I could also see like he keeps calling out to her because she's upstairs, but she can't come because she's not up there anymore. You know what I mean?
But she also could be stuck outside.
She could be stuck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but this is what I want. Like, I want a show that gave me good questions.
Yeah.
Like all I got was like her powers. Like, what about her powers? What about her powers? But now it's like there's the whole Mayfair Witches. This is not about Rowan. Like I want to know more about the house, about the family. Like who died in the house and like the ex-lovers, that Lasher was jealous of. Like now there's all these questions. Now we only got 3 episodes. I didn't know we had 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
That sucks. Because now I'm finally really getting into it. I'm like, okay, I don't love the show yet, but for me, this episode really, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm actually looking forward to next week's episode.
But if they do these next 3 episodes well, we're going to be like starving for season 2. If they do it well.
Yeah. So if they keep it going, I like this one. It was good. What about you? How did you like it, or was it kind of more of the same?
I thought I liked it, but I've liked episode 3 just as much as I like this one.
Okay.
The chase between, it's gonna see her mother, what's going on, all that, the Deidre stuff. I liked that, and then I like this episode 4. I was like, okay. because I was like, why the hell sleeping on her already? None of that stuff made sense. This made more sense, for them. This is on their mind. It was kind of set up because that's what she wants, and Lasher just does what she wants, what she really wants inside. Not the lies of what you tell yourself, but what she really, who she really is. I think that's what we're going to find out. That Lasher really just extenuates what you really want. So,
yeah, that's good. And Xavier said, "I'm more interested in the lore and the other family members." Yeah. And I hope that's what that's why I liked episode 3. Not 3, 4, right?
The one before
this one, with the funeral. That's why I like that one, because we got a lot of lore. We got a lot of the other Mayfair witches that actually, so that's why I like that one too.
You realize there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and not all of them have powers. Like Cortland doesn't have any kind of powers, so I think it's all the women that have the main power.
That bloodline that controls the house.
Yeah,
and I want to know how Carlotta got in control of the house.
Yeah. So. Good questions, man. Good questions, and I'm finally here for it. It just took half of the season. Sucks.
Exactly. It's like why take 4 episodes to get here?
Yeah. So, but anything else? Might have forgot with this episode.
I think that's basically what we got. We talked about Keith. We talked about the grandmother. We talked about the jumping over the balcony. We talked about Lasher. Talked about her being in the basement. That was kind of freaky. How come she didn't finish the thing? She didn't finish, and how was she able to open the door just when she finally concentrated on opening the door? Once again, was that Lasher setting her up, or is Lasher really telling her the truth? It's only about what you really truly want.
Yeah.
And then where is she going to go? Is she going to Sip? Where's Sip going? Is Sip going to her right now? Why is his sister so dead on him not going back to that girl? Going back to Rowan?
Yeah. Well, I think that was pretty easy, right? Because she's like, as soon as he said a Mayfair house, she was like, "Why are you there?" Like everyone in New Orleans knows, you do not go to that house, So that's kind of interesting. But even the last shot, I thought the last shot was really cool, with her walking out and just kind of like everyone, it just seemed like she's not fully realized, but I think she knows she could do some bad shit, and I think she's going out to the world, which is kind of scary.
She ain't got no shoes on.
That's true.
Don't mess with no woman walking out of a house with no shoes on. And
like a nice fancy dress.
And kind of just looking like she's kind of like on a different world, a different planet. You don't want some I keep on walking. I go across it. You know how you see people, they talk about that trope where women walk across the street when you see a big black guy. I'm a big black guy. I see a scary white woman walking towards me with no shoes on. I'm going the other way. Oh no, that's not good. I'm going over here. Just like when you see the Chris Rock special where he was talking about, if I see a little white girl in front of me, scared, like walk, no clothes, no shoes on. He's like, you run the exact other way because that's nothing good for me. That's what I see. When I see Rowan walking towards me with no shoes on, I'm running the exact other way. Nope, not today. Stay Satan.
Literally. Oh man. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so that's pretty much our thoughts for this episode of Mayfair Witches. Hold on, I know Xavier bringing one.
Yeah, that's a good question.
What is the next show you guys want to see adapted in the Ayn Rand's universe?
Lestat, the Vampire Lestat. That's all I'm caring about. That's all I care about getting.
I think, yeah, because I know. I don't know too much of the stories. I know there's a vampire story. I know there's the witch story, which we got both of those. I also know there's a werewolf story.
You also Queen of the Damned. You know that you got Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, that's all the Vampire Chronicles.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna get hopefully a majority of that storyline. And then there's the witch storyline, and I know Anne Rice made a werewolf storyline. Besides that.
I'm not worried about the storylines because we're going to have
or shows
Interview with a Vampire 2 season 2, so we're going to get that.
Yeah, that second part.
Yeah, and then but I'm saying the Vampire Lestat is the one you really need to begin because that's the whole point of even doing any of this stuff is by getting into that.
Yeah.
And I think Sam Reed is perfect. He's so good. Oh my!
He loves the character.
So
yeah. Yeah, those are great. Yeah, I can't wait to get that. Yeah, Vampire Lestat I think is gonna be it's gonna be so good. That could be some really really amazing TV if it's done right. Obviously, the acting's there; they care about it. The Queen of the Damned, I would love to see Queen of the Damned.
If they do it right,
book.
The problem with Queen of the Damned when we did that movie first, it's like they rushed it and wasn't great acting. It just seemed
the
like
story was all over the place. I felt like I couldn't like I don't want to say I couldn't follow it. I just felt like you said rushed. So when you rush a story, it tends to skip a lot and be everywhere. So.
You have opportunity with doing a show like this that you can actually get into a lot more detail. You can explain where things came from, explain how she became who she is, where this lore is coming from, how it's connected to the Interview with the Vampire series.
Yeah.
Those things are going to be really important. If you could do those things well, that's going to be good too.
Yeah. They can hit some home runs with the vampire stuff for sure. And if they find a way to connect the Mayfair Witches with Interview, that in a good way that makes sense, they can knock it out of the park there as well. But that'd be. I feel like it'll be a loose crossover. Like it won't actually like mingle, like fully mingle. I feel it'll be like, oh, and here's like an episode where he's with her and he helped her in a small way, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think what's going to happen is the whole Mayfair Witches is they're going to use it to be the reason why they brought Lestat here. Why they brought Lestat to New Orleans. I think that's what it's going to be. Not even trying to go off the book, but go more just off the way they're going in this TV show. So like all this story is what brought him here, and then he fell in love on his way to figure out what's going on. Hearing about the supernatural stuff here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of space. I think obviously with Interview they changed a lot already, but changes don't mean bad. You know what I mean? Like the changes they did with that were really really well done. So
I love all the changes so far. So I'm all for it. And there's gonna be some people that love the books. There's gonna be some people that love that first movie that just don't want to see the change. But as long as it adds to the story, like we talked about Last of Us, as long as it adds to the story and it's a take away from the story, then do a change, add to it, give us more depth. This is an opportunity when you have a TV show to give depth to all the characters and to the storyline. So give it to us.
Exactly. Hey, great question, Xavier. But cool. That is it for this episode. If you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. If you're watching on replay, we appreciate it. Thank you. Hit that sub button. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Hit that like button so we know you like what we're doing. And I just want to say thank you for everybody, and make sure you check us out live as well. And for the month of February, real quick, we're doing a bunch of stuff for February. So we're doing we're doing our Black Excellence in Cinema. And this time we're gonna bring on a bunch of guests with us. So I'm gonna do it every Monday and Wednesday. We're gonna have a movie of a movie
review we were talking about. Yeah. We're reviewing, we're talking about it and how it's important to us and what has it done for Black cinema. So I mean, we'll do that at least twice a week. If not more, if we can do a couple more, we will. But it was important for us to get at least 8 out for this month. And it's not about just only focus about Black cinema only in February, but it's about using February as a jumping board to show how much excellent Black cinema is actually out there, so we can really talk about it during other months. So that's kind of the idea behind it. Yep,
good. So there's that, and also leading up to the Oscars, we're going to do a live show on Fridays, starting this Friday, and we're just going to talk about some of the Best Picture nominations, and also have some guests come on and talk about that as well. So it's gonna be a fun month. It's gonna be a super fun month with that. I'll put a link to the playlist from our videos for last year's Black Excellence in Cinema movies that we did.
You was super fun. The Last Dragon.
Yeah, I might have watching that like a few weeks ago because it's
Bruce Leroy, my favorite. Show me, yeah.
Such a good bad guy. But cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching live again. Stick around. But we will see you guys in the next video.
Thanks, guys.
Later. Oh man, freaking mouth is so freaking dry, dude. I don't know what it is. My fucking knuckles and elbows are just dry, man. Like they're cracking. And
you need to get some working hands. I'd buy some for me. Work some working hands and put it on my hands and my feet.
Well, my eyes have been dry. My freaking mouth has been dry.
You need to get your humidifier.
That's what I want to do. I want to add one to my furnace. I think there used to be one, and then I have an Ecobee. And Ecobee, you can control the humidity as well. So, get that, especially for the baby.
Especially when Lucas needs to have that.
Yeah. Oh well.
Hey man, I'm telling you, this Black Excellence Cinema is going to be awesome. I can't wait for it to start
fun,
dropping
man.
Stuff. Yeah.
Monday's going to be our first one, but I know we need to get Zach Attacks is going to join us. Hopefully we can get Plan Fanatics. He had to cancel last week. Hopefully we can get him in sooner than later with that. The Last Dragon's a classic.
It's not. It's so good. Oh my gosh, Barry Gordy knew what he was doing. I know it was just talking about music and stuff. He put his music, all that stuff in, but it just it shows so much. Like it encapsulates the 80s, 70s to the 80s so well. With the Chinese karate stuff. It's so good. I enjoy it. I don't know. Bruce Lee was my favorite. But
Bruce Leroy is such a great thing. Yeah.
Oh, if I could be anything for Halloween, it'll be Show Enough. the shoulder pads and everything. Yeah. Oh my god.
Show Enough is just a perfect creation of the 80s. You know what I mean? Because he took that the Japanese kind of like ninja look, because he had the big shoulder kind of thing and that whole look. Then he also had like
he had the swag. But he had the swag. He was like, if anybody want to come down here in this theater, want to show me how to shut up, come and do it now. And he beat everybody's butt. He is so good. He's the best bad guy I've ever seen. Oh man, I thought myself like even going for him. Like, yeah, Show Enough. Yeah, show him that red lightning.
It was. Yeah, he had the attitude. Would he be considered what's it called? Black exploitation? Or was it black exploitation? Was it? Would he be considered that?
Not really.
I mean, because
he's not really Shaft. He's not really like he's just different. But he's such a cool character. It's one of those things that you just really enjoy to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, because he also, like you said, he had the swag. He had a very like Hulk Hogan kind of like presence, like especially back in the 80s when Hulk Hogan was like the biggest thing, on TV for a lot of the country. He was just a great combination of everything. And being the bad guy.
He was also a leader, so everyone was following him. Everyone looked at him like, "Hey, that's Show Enough. Shut up, dog. Kiss my Converse." What? Oh man, that's such a good thing.
Yeah. But even Bruce Leroy, I thought was like a cool thing where it's like, it's so like now I think it's like everyone kind of says it and doesn't even know where it's from. But just the thing about like, we're gonna take Bruce Lee, and like I don't know, it was just like such a cool. That movie is, like you said, perfect 80s, but also like, I don't know, it's a good combination of everything. Seeing this indie developer who was working on his own Double Dragon style Last Dragon video game a while back. Ooh, don't know if it'll finish. Cool.
I would love that. I was super, man.
I love the Double Dragon game.
You have to
do that with the Last Dragon.
You have to earn the glow.
The glow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I will watch that. Just even if it's like video game, like storytelling. I'll do that. You need to choose your way you go.
Yeah.
That'll be very cool.
But, yeah. So what we did that. We did Blade last year. That was good. Black Panther, obviously, and Fruitvale Station.
Because I mean, Michael B. Jordan did his thing in that movie.
I think that's. Am I wrong if that's how it all started? because I think we were talking about Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and Creed and all the other stuff. And then you said if I ever seen that, and I
have you
said
ever seen
no.
Fruitvale Station? Yeah, exactly how I started. Because I was like, man, you don't understand. That
Yeah.
movie, I remember there parts of that movie I was tearing up and I totally felt, understood. And once again, we see all this violence, police officers and all that stuff. And we saw all that at Fruitvale Station. This is like 2012.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But I remember, watching it and like you said, just being so like shocked and awe because it was done so well. But the story is obviously an effed up story.
It's just a day in the life of a kid that's dealing with this.
Yeah.
And he has a daughter, and and these is what we're seeing. This is the kind of stuff we're seeing nowadays still.
Yeah,
and that's why that's why I thought that story being told was so important. And I wish more people would see it. I really wish more people saw it. Because the first time you see Michael B. Jordan, I think it was Young and the Restless when he took over for Chadwick. He took over for Chadwick when he died off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
That's hilarious. I did not know that. That's so funny because I know they're both soap opera people. That started off in soap operas. I didn't know he took over.
He took over for
That's
him.
Funny.
He took over for
That's
Chad.
funny.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
Which is always interesting, but their life has always been revolving around each other.
Yeah, really. Yeah. But I think that's how I remember watching the movie and then talking, you telling me about like how great it was and us talking about how great it was. And I think we were just going to do a review on it, like a classic movie review.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it just kind of like, well, like let's do this because it was right at the wrong time. It was like right as February started. So we're like, all right, let's get on this now.
I just wish we would have did it earlier. I wish we would have thought about it earlier so we could have planned for it a little bit more. But that's why we have this opportunity to do it this month. And
we're still started a little late, but
well, we got two in the tank. We just gotta get the other ones done.
Yeah, hopefully we get another. Hopefully we can get 4 done this weekend.
Yeah,
Zach should be a good one. Zach Attacks. He's a great content creator as well.
Yeah, if we get Darius in there, that'll be good. And worse, I'll bring my dad back in.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Yeah, your dad with the Last Dragon. That was a good one. That was a good one. Hopefully Marvin, but I know Marvin's super busy.
I'm gonna make him. He'll be able to do something this weekend. I'm like, look, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So so that's gonna be fun. I was hoping maybe we could get something together at the end of the month, like a panel, and do something live, but I know that's hard. Trying to get a bunch of people all at the same time. So props to Chillmonger because that man does it every Saturday.
He does it every Saturday with 30 questions. I don't know how you pull all these people all together, but he does. He does.
Yeah. So yeah.
Want to talk about this? Cool. Talk about this Bad Batch thing.
Let me run use the washroom real quick, man. I already drank 2 of these, so give me a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so now the Black Excellence things we're gonna be usually what I've decided what we're gonna do this year is we're gonna do one old, one new. So like when we're doing with Zach Attacks, I really want to do if Bill Street could talk. I want to kind of talk about that, and the story of it is amazing. And Bill Street, you talk about Bill Street in Tennessee, how important Memphis is to a lot of the culture, and just talking about that story. I think that story is going to shock a lot of people because a lot of people, black people, go see if Bill Street could talk, and even the play of it. Not a lot of white people talk about that stuff and understand the culture and understand that black culture doesn't always begin and end with slavery. That's why I like to talk about things that are sometimes supernatural, talking about superhero stuff, but also talk about love and black love and togetherness and the black family and things like that. So I can't wait to talk about if Bill Street could talk. We talked about The Harder They Fall. That's going to drop next week. That's one of my favorite movies that we've had recently. I think we're gonna talk about things that are important, like even School Days or in Juice, and there's just a lot of great cinema that I want us to get into. And hopefully, if we can, I'd like to even talk about the Best Man series. I finished it. I'm probably going to put up my our own review. I'm trying to do it with Brandon soon, but probably if he doesn't get it done this weekend, I'll probably put my own review out of that too, because I think that's another good one. And talk about just Black people in different a different view, different lenses. So those are some of the things that I just want to, you know, kind of outline and to put you know a light on it, to really spotlight, to really talk about these things and understand that we're not just what you see in the news, but we're multicultural, multicolors, like a rainbow. And we're good, we're bad, we're just everything, just like you. So let's talk about our culture.
Wow.
So,
yeah. Especially like, well, we watch You People. Even though I think we all agreed like it could have been better. It did touch a few things about like, you know, because like Jonah Hill kept calling it the culture, and then at the end of the movie, you know, Eddie Murphy and Mike Epps, yeah, like kind of made fun of it. They're like, oh, what kind of culture, you know, stuff like that. But it's also like Black history is American history, because so much of the Black culture winds up getting, I don't want to say like stolen, but kind of gets stolen.
No, I think it becomes.
And it transformed, yeah.
Exactly. It becomes mainstream culture. That's that mainstream culture follows Black culture to wherever it goes. And you know, that's kind of what happens all the time. And it always has been. You know, because we feel like to be Black culture is to be cool. But it's more to Black culture than just what you see, you know, hear on the radio or see, you know, in your music. There's so much more to it, and it's rich. And if you really give it the opportunity, you could really learn a lot.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like even like TikTok is a great example, because TikTok got famous. Why? Because people were dancing. What were they then? They were dancing from, you know, it was pretty much like, you know, these white girls dancing, doing how they saw like some of the like the Black girls dancing. So, you know, and then, you know, they got famous, but TikTok is literally that. You know, it's kind of, it's different now, but it started because of Black culture becoming more mainstream, and then everyone doing it, and then I mean, obviously
you can look at it. I mean, even you talk about, you know, Asian culture. It's funny because Black people we're following Asian culture, right? And then Asian culture follow Black culture, like the stuff that are the dancing, the break dancing, all that stuff like that. They just followed us. That's awesome. But exactly what this is facts. There's way more than slavery, civil rights, civil war, civil rights, Obama, the end. There's so much more in between. Please, guys, please understand that.
But that's basically what like they tell you in school, you know.
That is like, that's history class, and done. Well, and then we're done, guys.
Yeah, slavery, Civil War, and you know, you throw some like, you know, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass,
and now everything's okay.
Yeah, Obama became president,
and it all ended, and we were all okay. Well, yeah, that's not how it went, and that's not how things go.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was fun last year so far. With some of the recordings we did, was I thought it was fun. Yeah, you know. Definitely. So yeah,
I can't wait for us to jump in and do some more stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna sit down and edit probably Saturday, because I want to put like a good edit. Like with the show, I usually just chop up a chunk and then just throw it in there like unedited, you know. This I want to like make sure, you know, if I need to put any cuts in and any like clips of it, something else. So I want to actually put a little bit more effort into it rather than, you know, cut, throw beginning and intro and outro, and then, which is not bad, you know, but it's also, I want something a little bit more.
Because when you we're going to talk about If Beale Street Can Talk, that's going to be a lot of little stuff that you're going to be able to throw in there. Damn. Just there's so much in there that you don't realize it's happening today. You know, one night in Miami is going to be real cool to talk about, and how it really how these four men have all culture in it, like sports culture, we have music culture, we have football, we have fame, industry. We got Malcolm X and the stuff that he did. There's so much in there. So I can't wait to talk about it. It's just one of those full things, and it's great to hear discussion about it. Yeah, it's just discussion and realizing that it happens all the time and it's all around us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun, but we gotta finish up our reviews too. So let's jump into what we got. Bad Batch now.
Yeah, this one should be pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's get it going.
All right.
You ready? You good?
Yep. Let's do it now.
All right. All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name's Tim Kramer with Brian the Grizzly. What's up,
guys?
Yeah, and we are going to talk about the newest episode streaming now on Disney Plus, The Bad Batch, episode 6, I think, right?
6.
Yep, yeah, 6. I always lose track of the number. Especially with this season, man. It such a great start to this season, and then it's just becoming less interesting, I guess. I don't know.
I gotta tell you guys, just to be honest, I told Tank, I watched The Bad Batch. I actually fell asleep 3 times during this episode, which is crazy because it's only like 29 minutes long, 27 minutes long. And I fell asleep 3 times. I felt myself like going, I'm glad we saw the Wookiee, but that was like, okay, well, it was nothing good about this episode. There was nothing like the special about this episode. I was like, all right, guys, is it over yet? Is it over yet?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just D Stizzle said, all right, I like this episode, but only one thing annoyed me.
What annoyed you?
Yeah. Because
a Wookiee Jedi. I was like, oh, that is idea.
We saw him before. I think I'm pretty sure it's the same one that showed up in Clone Wars when Yoda takes the younglings to get their kyber crystals. I think Gunji shows up in there too. I hate this episode. Follow last week's side quest.
Exactly what it was. Last week was side quest.
And then the week before that, it was a pod race, like no rule pod race. I don't hate the episodes, but they're just like nothing's happening.
Like, the Bad Batch is one of the coolest elements of Star Wars, and we're not getting awesome, cool stories. It feels like we've had
they're running in place.
We're getting too many filler episodes. That's what it is.
Yeah. What did I say? We're getting 16 episodes, I believe.
Yeah.
We got about 10, 11 left. I don't know. I don't know, man. It just seems like the fighting's cool. It looks cool. I like seeing Gunji was cool. We haven't seen him in a while, but like, what does that all mean? What are we doing? What are these guys doing? What's the point?
How do you feel about Omega? Is she getting more and more annoying to you?
Well, she was annoying as shit last year. So I just knowing how they have to develop her, she's going to be more and more annoying. I think I said it last week. I think she's like that kid who knows she can walk off the cliff because somebody's going to save her. You know what I mean? It's like at some point she has to like deal with her own decision of being either reckless or stupid, and she really didn't do it that much. Well, that's the whole purpose of why this episode was a thing, because she decided to go off and do something stupid. So
not listen. Like come on, man. Why can't you just listen? We could have gotten out of here. But
it was the right thing, but she never listens. Like
you're starting to see how bad the entire universe, the whole galaxy is how war torn and how bad everywhere is. And it's bad in every planet has a lot of bad stuff going on. And I think that these guys are going to have to start to realize that they're going to face the Empire head on. They're afraid to go to the planet with Gunji. They're afraid to go there because the Empire could be there now. Well, the Empire's everywhere. And you're going to have to realize you're going to have to start facing this head on. Especially Hunter. Hunter's going to have to realize that too.
Yeah. Also, it seemed like a little like hypocritical because, like you said, it's like they're afraid to go places, but then once they find Gunji and they're like, "Oh, can we take him back to the home? He won't be safe there." He's like, "Well, he won't be safe anywhere." I was like, "Neither were you guys."
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? So it was like you need a little inward perspective here. We got Gunji kicking the Trishosians instead of using his lightsaber to slash them. Feel like he was watching a Y7 rated Rebels episode. I mean, Filoni does believe that kind of thing, that Star Wars is made for kids, because that's what George Lucas believed. You know, it's ultimately a kid kind of thing. Like, it needs to be relatable for a kid to understand. And sometimes the violence might be a little too violent, which I think why he's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna make a big boy Star Wars with the Mandalorian. But you know, I don't hate it as much.
I think you can do that, but you know, once again, I believe Star Wars, you need to have lightsabers. So all Star Wars can have lightsabers. I've been saying this for all the time.
Yeah,
you know, Star Wars you should have the Force and you should have lightsabers.
Force.
You know, that's just what you have. So
yeah,
you think me personally, I would love this, but I just think you could have done more with this episode. Should have been more.
Yeah, like actually made him, because he could have easily not been a Jedi and just a regular Wookiee, and it could have been the same exact story.
Exactly.
Like, him being a Jedi didn't mean anything, and that's why I'm like, ooh, cool. We get a Jedi. We get a young Jedi. What does that mean? Nothing. You know, it was like, come on, really?
So, yeah, exactly.
That's what disappointed me a lot.
Yeah.
I can tell Disney doesn't like their heroes using lightsabers on living creatures. Nah, yeah, they're not the biggest fan. But I'm trying to wonder.
Give him some more Darth Maul.
Yeah. It's it's a Filoni thing, I think. You know, because he was kind of doing it in Rebels as well. Not Rebels, Clone Wars. Rebels too, a little bit. You know, so yeah. You know, I don't hate it as much, especially with the cartoon ones. I was like, all right, whatever. With the live actions, I think you need to be a little bit more adult and do stuff like that. You know, like Mando killing all those little baby spiders. Like, there's a whole episode of like all those like spiders getting burnt left and right and all that. Xavier, I'd rather have shorter season if you give me quality. Exactly, man. I can't stand back-to-back fillers. This is 3 back-to-back fillers. Like,
I mean, I think the introduction of Gunji again, that's important. But that's all that happened. That's all that happened in this episode. We had 30 minutes of just getting Gunji. That was it.
Yeah, and like fighting. And it was like, yeah.
But useless fighting, like not getting you anywhere, not getting to the next step. That's why I was upset.
Yeah,
they need to grow their characters more. I feel like we know who these guys are. Grow the characters. You know, don't give me filler. Grow the characters in the storyline.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think there was that one line right at the end where Gunji and Omega were like, I guess, like praying to the tree or whatever they were doing. Mm-hmm. And Hunter was like, "Oh, they're just kids, but in this galaxy, they can't be." You know, I'm like, "Oh, see, that's cool. That's deep." You know, we're like, you know, kids are not allowed to be kids, especially in their worlds that they're, you know, both, you know, the Wookiees and them. Like, there's no such thing as kids. Like, you grow up
immediately.
As soon as you can hold the gun.
You're a Jedi. Adult. You're an adult. You need to be able to grow up now.
You know, and I think they need to explore that more. And it I don't know. It just feels like it being a cartoon is holding back some of the bigger
story plot lines,
but ideas that it could be.
Yeah.
You know, Clone Wars was raw with it. Yeah. It had some. You know, it was also Cartoon Network, I think, right? You know,
so that allow them to do some things that Disney won't necessarily want you to do.
Possibly, yeah. I can 100% see that. Yeah. I agree that the Force should be the driving force of Star Wars. Yeah, give me lightsabers, Force user, swashbuckling adventures. Yeah,
you know, that's why I think, you know, I don't care. Skywalkers don't have to be the focus. I understand that we can have we have an entire huge universe. Skywalkers don't have to be the focus, but the Force is everywhere.
Yeah,
the Force should be the number one thing and everything. Mm-hmm. That's what Star Wars is. It's about the Force.
Yeah,
good, bad, indifferent. I don't need to have Jedi. We can have all that stuff, but it doesn't have to just be Jedi. But it could be, the Force has to be the driving entity in it. It should be a character in Star Wars, no matter what. If it's a Star Wars universe, the Force has to be the character, the main character, driving character.
I think, who was it? Plant Fanatics came in our chat last week, and he said that he goes, the Force is the main character of Star Wars. And I'm like, dude, you just blew my mind, because I guess I always thought about it, but you never like really like realize it until like, you know, somebody points it out. You're like, oh shit, yeah, that is 100% true. And that's why I liked all these other shows and didn't like this show and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely needs to be the reason behind everything, more or less, you know?
Yep.
So either directly or indirectly, I think you can do both ways. It reminds me of Wolverine in kids animation. Yeah, he tracked his call right before attacking someone. Yeah. Fox Kids did a lot of that.
I got claws, and now I'm gonna beat you up with my fist. What?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Next week is a two-parter. Ooh, the Clone Conspiracy and Truth and Consequences. I mean, they gotta start dropping some meaningful stuff, because the first episode, the first two episodes, I forgot. There was some big stuff going on, you know, like right at the end when the Empire guy like kills that clone. I was like, oh shit, okay, you know, there's some heavy stuff going, and then it'll just like, we'll talk about that like in 5 weeks. It's like, come on,
we'll revisit this in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But until then, here's a commercial. And that's all these we getting commercials.
You got here's a pod race. you're like, I don't want a pod race. Listen, you love pod races back then. There's another one. So yeah.
But no,
definitely.
Some of these, I want to see them kind of their story, each of their stories kind of start to become more. The characters become more. Hunter become the leader and understand that he has a bigger importance in the universe. Omega, that you're not just a child anymore. You need to understand that these guys, they're your family and you're responsible for them. So you just can't be doing stupid stuff all the damn time.
Also, we forget she's important. Yeah. Like, she has a bigger role than just being a clone. You know what I mean? She was also like a clone, unaltered, and female.
And female.
You know, like, they chose that. That's something they chose. You know what I mean? Like, they decided to make her female and unedited, you know, or like not unedited, unmanipulated, you know, kind of like how Boba Fett is, but
exactly
female. So
how important that is, and it should be important. And
we haven't even talked about that.
And we need to get to something important before Mandalorian starts in March 1st. You know,
yeah.
We need to start to these episodes need to make sense now.
Yeah. But overall, man, it was just nothing major happened. You know, like you said, they found a Wookiee Jedi and they saved him. I mean, that's it. That's the entire. You know, and the Empire's everywhere. Like, but we already know that because we know Star Wars. So yeah, it just, some of the fighting's cool. It looks cool, but right now the story is just it's stuck. It's not going anywhere for the past 3 episodes.
And we're gonna get. I'm glad we're getting 2 episodes. I think both of these episodes are going to be important. And next week's review is going to be even better because we're going to be able to say something actually happened in the story, guys. Something actually happened.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I'm hoping that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, just the title of those, let me bring that up again. The Clone Conspiracy sounds cool. That sounds like a really cool, interesting, and Truth and
Consequence sounds awesome.
Yeah. Because I feel like Truth and Consequences might be Crosshair. Maybe we see some more more Crosshair stuff like that. You know, so, and the Clone Conspiracy is kind of cool. You know, because I mean, was a conspiracy. Yeah, that just like a whole cool thing that we can get into. Yeah, you think there would be a very important reason for creating Omega other than just being a kid sidekick on the show? They did. I remember when they went to go like destroy her planet, or the Kamito or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing. It was like, go get Omega, like save Omega,
need her.
You know, like, well, the I forgot what they're called, the alien people who would made the clones, like they made her
special for a reason.
Special, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of curious because I wonder, is she like a Jedi clone? I feel like they're gonna I feel like Filoni's gonna tie in a lot of cloning Jedi stuff in
She's
his stuff.
a force sensitive
Clone.
I
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
I like that idea. Force sensitive clone.
You know, because I think Filoni, which sucks because he shouldn't be wanting to do it, but I think he's gonna try to fix the sequels.
Oh, that's exactly what's happening. He's going to try to fix the third trilogy, whatever.
Yeah, obviously.
Camino.
Yeah, it would be on Camino, so that makes sense. But I mean, we already saw a little bit of that in The Mandalorian. You know, like the clone stuff. You know, especially with Grogu and all that stuff. Like, why do they want him? So it'd be interesting if that's why they made her different and important and unaltered. You know, like maybe she is altered, but in a way that no one else is. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. You know, because
we're going to eventually Megan's going to end up being a savior thing. That's what it's going to be, some type of savior for all the clones. That's what it's going to get down to.
Yeah. I think that'd be kind of cool. And Xavier agrees. With the case Filoni took developing Ahsoka, you would want to think we would have gotten so much more with Omega by now. Yeah,
or at least this drives Omega to be the importance of Omega, and then Ahsoka is going to take it to a different level. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's still season 2. I mean, it took Ahsoka 4 seasons before people started liking her.
Yeah, everyone hated Ahsoka.
Everyone hated Ahsoka when they first introduced her on Clone Wars. They're like, "Oh, she's whining. She's a kid. She's annoying. I mean, and now look at her. You know, I mean, people are scratching at freaking to get her.
Can we get some more Ahsoka? Can we give me a little bit more of that?
Yeah. So it takes some time. If Filoni knows how to, I think, develop a good character, he might take a little bit too long sometimes, but I got faith in it. But right now, man, it is dragging.
I'm telling you, next week's gonna be good, and and Mando's gonna be good, and Ahsoka's gonna be amazing, and they're going to introduce so many things in the new world, and we're gonna be like, what the hell? I didn't even know I needed this in my life. Yes, you do.
Oh man, I think Ahsoka is gonna change so much, man. You know, I think it's gonna be cool. Like the world between worlds, it's not time travel. What is it?
It's going to be so big. Oh, I cannot wait.
Seeing it, I hope they show it the actual inside of it in live action, because in animated, it looked cool. It looked really freaking cool.
It's going to be like looking at the Watcher from What If from the outside in. I think that's what's kind of going to be. You're going to be able to jump in between worlds, in the world between worlds.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Picture.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of had all those portals. If I can find a good picture of it, because it was really cool. Like it was like in space, but it really wasn't in space and stuff like that. You know, there's like some pictures. So it's like these portals you got everywhere, and like he's going through, and it's just like some are circle, some are triangle. So yeah, I think that's when he first gets in it. I mean, it looks plain, but I think you can do
I think you can do something really special with that. It's going to be like what's that? Not Inception, but we talk about it all time. With oh my god,
Interstellar.
Yeah,
something like that. Like, yeah. Just like this is kind of cool. Like, it's simple, but I think you can make it really, really look interesting. Like here, you got the Emperor staring through one of the doors that he kind of made, but he can't walk through it. So
because he can't get to the world. He can't get the world between worlds. You can't.
He made a window. Yeah, he made like a window, but he didn't make a doorway. That's why I heard somebody kind of explain it. Where like Ahsoka,
he can look in between, but he can't get in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like this this whole episode was so awesome because it tied in the Clone Wars and like my favorite episodes of the Clone Wars. With the father, the son, and the daughter. Yeah.
Whew,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, it's gonna be really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, the Ahsoka show is going to be so good, but I'm just hoping that they use the Bad Batch to start to bridge some of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm super pumped for this show. I think it'll be good. Very interested in the Ahsoka show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Come on, that's going to be great.
just Rosario Dawson, and I think the care and love she put into the character. One, because I think she knew fans wanted her. She was the fan cast for a long, long time, and she was kind of going in on it. And I finally, when they did it, it was like, okay, you are Ahsoka. Like, yeah. Yeah, the Mortis trilogy changed the game in Clone Wars season 3.
Exactly.
It did.
Season 3, that's where it was. That's where everything changed right there.
It was, yeah, the Mortis trilogy. I mean, it just changed lore. If you ever get a chance, watch there's I know a YouTube video of them talking about that episode, with Lucas and Filoni and like all the other like writers and stuff like that, and like they're at the table talking about it and like all the stuff. I was like, oh man, it's just like seeing everyone talk about like introducing new lore and it being done so good, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, the Mortis trilogy, some of my favorite Star Wars stuff. It was really cool.
You get a chance to, just check out some of the YouTube videos on it, and you're gonna be like, yeah, this is gonna be. You understand why we're so excited for Ahsoka.
Yeah. I mean, even watching this just in The Mandalorian, she had a really cool parts in it. And in Boba Fett technically. Well, I was like, and in Boba Fett because she had like, the probably the best episode in Boba Fett. When
you mean Mando 2.1?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's gonna be fun. But like I said, it's season 2 of Bad Batch. I don't hate it. It is a little slow. There's a lot of filler, but I do trust Filoni knows how to tell a story.
I think this week is going to be good. I think we're going to explain a lot.
Yeah. George would explain his. Everyone took notes. Dave Filoni on his sketchpad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Filoni was given the knowledge. It was passed down to him, but unfortunately, he not ready to run a company. I mean, granted, neither was George Lucas, but it's hard to tell the creator not to run it.
It's good. I think we're in good hands. We're in good hands with Filoni. We're in good hands with Filoni.
Get the State Farm guy to do it. Yeah. If he's a State Farm guy, then KK is the chaos guy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Cause a crash. You don't want to be in my situation. Just crashed into the wall.
Oh man. If
I think he can pull it off with the Bad Batch. I do too. Like I said, I don't hate these episodes, but they're just fillers.
I'm telling you, this next week is going to be big.
Yeah,
these next 2 episodes are going to be very big, and we're going to come back next week and be like, "Oh, I knew it was going to happen. I told you it was happening." Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, but he did a lot of filler in Clone Wars as well. A lot of filler.
But you have to do that when you're building an entire world. When you're trying to
multi-season.
For you series. To understand where we're going to go, and I'm going to revisit. This seems like filler right now, but I'm going to go back and revisit this later. This is just me planting a seed here. I'm planting a seed here, and then I'm going to go. We're going to have 7 to 8. 7 to 8 is going to be really cool, and then 9 to 10 is going to be like, remember what I did in episode 6? This is why I did that.
Yeah. I like it. But this episode, it was cool. Okay. You got solid, a freaking Wookiee Jedi again. So I like it. But
anything else?
Nah, that's about it. Although this episode, seeing a lightsaber, probably the first time in a while, seeing a lightsaber, it got me pretty hyped because in April I'm going to Hollywood Studios. And I'm building a lightsaber. Like I am going to. I don't care. I am building a lightsaber. Super excited.
We're gonna have every episode after you come back. We'll be like, so we're gonna end this episode with the lightsaber being there.
I know, just like I built this, and also I want to get my Sith holocron because I got my Jedi holocron. Got my Jedi holocron, which is awesome. So I want to get my Sith one. So,
dude, that is so cool. I'm sending you some money just for that. That's what.
Yeah. So you gotta get my Sith holocron. Oh, do I not have my thing in? No. And then I want to get more kyber crystals because I only got 2 kyber crystals. So, but yeah, I definitely want the Sith one. The Sith one's cool with the triangle, red triangle. But
you have to have both. And then,
yeah,
come on, we're gonna have a whole episode just on that.
all the merch, all the merch. Yeah.
They got us, guys. They got
us. I'm super psyched for that. I want to ride the Resistance. Again, now every time I watch Star Wars stuff, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be in Star Wars land. I was there before, but I didn't get to ride any of the rides or stuff.
And you're gonna be able to do it at a point where you're gonna be able to enjoy it because you'll be the only one in the whole place.
Yeah, it's like a special event kind of thing. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And just Rise of the Resistance is right now the biggest ride, the most wanted ride in all of Disney World. All 4 parks. Rise of the Resistance is the one thing most people want to ride. And my sister got to ride it, and she's a Star Wars fan, and she's not like a diehard. And she's like, "That was amazing." That was amazing. And I have not heard anybody say that ride is not.
She gets off the ride in a robe. She has a hood on. Like all of a sudden,
her and her boyfriend they built the lightsabers. They came back. They bought a droid, that you could control with remote, little BB-8. So it's pretty cool. And lightsabers, like damn it. So yeah, I'm definitely buying a lightsaber.
That's awesome.
Yep. But yeah,
all right.
That's it for this episode.
That's all we got for this episode. But get in the comments, tell us what you guys think about. What do you think we're gonna get for episode 7 and 8? What do these titles mean? What's going to happen? I can't wait to see what you guys say. Let us know. Hold on, it's coming up, right? It's coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah.
Beast Dizzle said, I got my little cousin in Star Wars at 7 years old. Yeah. He's going to graduate this year, and he's going to C2E2 to meet Ashley Eckeston and Matt Lancer. I know Ashley is the voice of Ahsoka. Matt Lancer, can't remember who he voiced for.
Because I remember that was talking about, but that's going to be on C2E2, which I'm going to. Unfortunately, Tank's going to be in Star Wars land when he's going to be doing that.
Yeah, but this will be probably the first year I missed C2E2.
That's all right. We don't have. I want to have you still see it.
Yeah, you and Brandon, I know, will do a bunch.
It'll be just like you're there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was the voice of Anakin. Yep.
Anakin. Yep. You got it right, Anakin.
Yeah. So I don't know if you live close enough to go to C2E2 if you ever been. I love going to it. I think the first time was maybe 6 years ago at this point. I think I went to like the 3rd ever C2E2 because it's a fairly new. C2E2 is fairly new. But I think I went to the 3rd or 4th ever C2E2 and then been going ever since. But except for this upcoming year.
Leave us for Star Wars. Oh my, for going to Star Wars, going to Hollywood. Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
he's going
to
Hollywood on us, guys. He's going Hollywood on us. It's terrible.
But yeah, C2 is gonna be a lot of fun, man. You're gonna see so many cool cosplayers walking around, and I loved it. 2 hours from Chicago. Okay, yeah,
we're right not there. That far. We're right here, so yeah. Can't wait for C2E2. I'm definitely getting my tickets. We're going. This is going to happen.
Yeah, I know you and Brandon are gonna have a good time.
Me and Brandon will do some live from Friday, Saturday. We'll do that.
Yeah, Sunday's cool. Sunday is a lot more people because you have the kids So it's like family day is Sunday usually. But I mean, all this artwork, like C2E2, 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 like C2E2, my tank life, C2E2, like, this one over here, that was a commission.
That's the one.
Yeah. But that's the little zombie me. That was a commission. I paid $5, man. And then he took a picture of me on Friday and came back on Saturday and picked it up. It was awesome. But that's an original, and the two Harley Quinns are original, and the Tank Life is an original. So those are actual. They're not prints. The Totoro and Nightmare are prints. So, but I have a whole freaking box
room full of stuff.
Well, I have
more room you have. If we ever had like a studio, we'll just have so much stuff.
Oh man. Like, I have an original Doug Sneed. So Doug Sneed drew the Playboy comic, little Playboy dirty comics, inside the Playboy things. He was there, and I was going through all his stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to print. I'm kind of over prints because prints look cool. I like original, like the actual originals. Mm-hmm. And he was selling an original for like $40. So I was like, fuck, I like, and it was like a library joke too, like a dirty library, joke. Because my girlfriend's a librarian. Yeah. So it was funny. And then he's like, oh, do you want him to sign it? I'm like, yeah, I want him to sign it. So he wound up signing it. So I was like, super, that was cool. He's also very old. So, but yeah, I have that, but I have a box of just a bunch of different prints. I didn't get a chance to show you because it was kind of tucked away. But yeah, if you ever come by, I'll show you all the cool shit.
We'll spend a day just doing that.
Yeah. Not there anymore. Yeah, but yeah, I got a lot of this stuff from C2E2. But definitely fun, man. Artist Alley is a blast.
That's why I want to go Friday and Saturday and just be able to go through all that.
You're gonna spend so much money. Your wife is gonna be so pissed. You're gonna come back with just bags of stuff. Just bags.
She gets mad at me just when every time I go to the comic book store. She's like,
that's nothing. That's nothing. That is nothing.
I'm like, babe, don't look into the account and don't look into this box.
It's a surprise. And this prize is I'm never going to show you.
Exactly. Yeah, she does it. She goes shopping. She puts it in the trunk. That's going to be me. Yeah. Put in my trunk in the car. Open it up. Don't look in here. Take one thing out of every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Slowly. Yeah. It is a blast, man. It is a blast. So if you see Brian and Brandon,
please just stop me and
let's
talk about it. Yeah.
Take a picture. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta get you guys some Spoiler King shirts to rock. Yeah.
I'll definitely do it. Yeah. Put the extra small for Brandon, so
cut off the sleeves.
Exactly.
My cousin's going down there strictly for autographs and action figures. Yeah, the autographs are cool, man. They're a little pricey at times, but I mean, if there's somebody you really like, a meet and greet and photo op and stuff like that is pretty cool, pretty fun. Sometimes you'll see them walking around randomly. Sometimes they don't like taking pictures because
it takes away from their money.
It takes not only that, but it also takes away from other people spending money. You're like, well, why am I going to spend money when I can just maybe see you on the floor and take a picture? So, but sometimes you'll see them walking by. You're like, what? I remember like who I saw CM Punk just walking by. I was like, what? Like he just walked by.
Hey, I got the long arm of the law. And take all type of selfies. That's what you're gonna see. Instead of seeing the one also at their stands, I'm gonna be like, hey, real quick, selfie. 6'5", let's do it.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah, that's right, man. You could get away with stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like I can't. Oh yeah, let's well, we already kind of finished.
Oh yeah, we can close it. We already done this. But yeah, have fun.
I'll edit that out.
Yeah, we'll edit this whole rant.
Yeah. Okay. Because there's a bunch of people that I wind up seeing. Where to find it? That are just kind of like hanging out at the tables. And then you could just
Anakin, especially because in Clone Wars, it's his favorite character, hence the autograph. That makes sense.
No,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I have a friend who wants basically every Power Ranger kind of autograph, like every single one. Yeah. That one. There you go.
That's it. That's good.
Where's my there's a bunch of art. So this is one of the arts I got. I love Toxic Avenger. So and my girlfriend loves Toxic Avenger too. So it's really funny. I love it. And then the Tank Life is really cool. And then any like musicians, Megadeth, Dave Mustaine was there. Yeah, he forget what he had like a graphic novel or something he was promoting. So like just random musicians.
Dude, I'm gonna spend so much money. I can see it now. This is about to be so bad.
Yeah.
Take a second to mortgage out.
It
She was like,
a lot.
And this is just stuff, but it's my stuff.
So this wasn't the last year, but I got a box, like a mystery box, and I got Miles and Mighty Thor. So I got those and a little comic.
That'd be cool. I could put that on my shelf. I'm gonna build another shelf. We'll have another fourth shelf just add to it.
I went up buying a bunch of these like fight posters, like Venom versus Carnage. I think my girlfriend bought this one. It was super nice. This is another original. Harley Quinn by the same guy who did the Toxic. But that's I think that's up here. That's original.
That's
Hulk versus Wolverine. I thought that was cool. Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Bane, and Batman. That's the one I love the most. This one I loved.
Oh, cool.
So obviously Toad and but it's like samurai stuff. Like, so cool. And they do like weird mashups like this. So if you're a fan of stuff like that, I bought a bunch of these. So like calendars. So obviously December, 1941. I think that's when she came out. Harley Quinn. This I like. It's a long poster.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Green Lantern.
Yeah, it used to be my living room, and it was a pain in the ass to find a picture frame for that.
Yeah,
but
call Michaels.
This one I got, it's like a little like lineup of all the bad guys. Pretty cool.
That's
Barbara one. Is that it?
That's so cool.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I don't know why it repeated. Yeah. You get a bunch of cool stuff.
I can't believe it's midnight. Yeah. You know what? That's it.
Yeah. You get somebody just walking around.
He still like, nice. I've been collecting comics since the 1980s. I got like 20 long boxes.
Nice. Holy crap, dude.
I got about 92s when I really started collecting stuff. So I'll probably only have 7 long boxes.
Damn. But I only got 4? And the 4th one's not even full.
Like I said, they're not all full. But you know what I need to really do? That's why I need to go back and organize some of this stuff. That's the part.
Yeah.
The problem. I have so much stuff just randomly.
Mine is kind of, there you go, Mick Foley right there.
Oh, that would be cool. Can you autograph my Sacco? Pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah. I forgot what his name was, but I used the pimp. RoboCop. Some of the cosplays are amazing. There's the on-set car from Iron Man when he crashes into it. Bunch of like stuff.
I like
the Funko area. Oh, there's the Doug Sneed. That's the original I got.
That's awesome.
Yeah, obviously I had to block certain areas of the thing. Then Palpatine for Emperor. So yeah, man, it's a blast, man. It's a blast. Just go around and walk around and have fun. I don't know who that is.
Green Lantern, Arrow.
Yeah, that's about it. I got a bunch more. It's fun, man. If you're a nerd and you're a fan, I recommend going.
Yeah. So early 90s was popping. Tom McFarlane's Spider-Man, Jim Lee's X-Men. Yeah, I have so much X-Men. Oh my god.
Same.
Yeah, X-Men and Spider-Man are my biggest ones. Well, and Black Panther. Black Panther, X-Men, Spider-Man. That's like three of my boxes right there. Total.
I remember getting some Wildcats, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? I want X-Men. Like, I want Wildcats." Now I'm older. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna keep those, put those away." But yeah.
Todd McFarlane. We got you. We knew.
Yeah,
we got you. I got some Todd McFarlane over here too. Somewhere off my desk, I have stuff. Look at Tank.
That's my dream helmet, dude. That thing is like $800.
What?
It's all handmade, actual antlers from a ram, that passed away naturally, all custom made. I love that thing. It's so fucking cool. The Ren Fair.
No animals have been harmed in the forming of this helmet.
Yeah,
the guy just saying that randomly right from the helmet.
Like, why is there blood on your hands? Shut up.
That's to wash away the water.
Yeah. These are the ones I was looking for. So they had these really cool Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hey, Xavier said, "Well, that helmet is awesome."
It is. It was heavy. It felt very uneven too. But that was super awesome. So these I bought. These were amazing.
Oh,
so
I love the Zero. I love that Zero.
Scary Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, this one was cool. Still got those. A bunch of like the sad. Yeah. There we go. So I got the Zero, the Oogie Boogie, and Jack.
Oh my god, look at Jack. I love that.
Love these, man. We have them in fancy, like nice, fancy frames, but nowhere to hang them up. So
I'll have a room just for it.
Yeah. All the Totoro stuff.
Jack, the Pumpkin King.
Yeah, so definitely get some cool stuff.
So cool.
There you go. Yeah, there's one year there was a transformer that actually transformed. Like, it was a little kid, and he would like fall to the ground and became Optimus Prime. It was fucking awesome. It was so good.
Hey, they should have that Spider-Man pictures right there. They should have had all of them pointing at each other.
Pointing at each other.
It was like the Enter the Spider-Verse, the ending, because everyone left the Enter the Spider-Verse at the end. They left it all, and they never see the ending and say, no, Spider-Man 2099 is there. He's literally jumping through right there, and then no one sees it.
Right at the end. Yeah. This one I have somewhere in my basement. It's the L for Chicago, but like, yeah, good one. Harley Quinn. I love Aunt Lucia. He does all the pinups. I love his stuff. Yeah, dude. We spent so much damn money. There you go. Is X-Pac.
X-Pac. Oh my god.
Kevin Nash. Oh, look at that. I got Razor Ramon before he died. I forgot about that.
I'm like, hey, no, Kevin Nash, you need to be Diesel, and I need you to powerbomb me right real quick.
I think that's Jason Momoa. I could be wrong. Yeah, tell him to powerbomb me. Start 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. What's his name? Why am I'm having a complete brain fart on his name? The famous actor.
Yeah, I'm.
I mean, not like famous, but yeah. It'll pop up later. Yeah. But
look at you, beard.
Oh yeah, dude, man, it was long. It was longer than this. It was a long ass beard.
Insidious.
Yeah. Like that. That one's.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, man. It's fun, man. It is. I never thought I would have so much fun at a convention.
I know I will be broke coming out of there. Yeah, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna come back. My wife's gonna say, "Give me the wallet. Here, you can take just this much money. This is all you can take. This is only $500." She was like,
"I would say you get one of those like kid credit cards that have like a limit on it."
There's a limit on it.
Yeah. You can easily go out. There's some nice figurines, like statues and stuff like that. They're cheaper than like buying them online, but they're still expensive.
Well, that's like my comic book store actually has a lot of that stuff. You know, I try not to go in there and buying that stuff because once again, I'll have to have 2 more shelves in there. I don't have any more room on the screen. So
yeah,
just like, all right, just wait till I move to my new house and I have my own room, my own office. I just have stuff. And I'm just be rotating it. Like, oh, this is comic book day, and here's other stuff.
Yeah, that's why, man. I would love like one day if we ever like actually get like good money from the channel and stuff, like do this in person.
That would be so awesome.
And I'll not at midnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at midnight. But yeah.
Oh, man. All right. That's enough, guys. We've had a long one. Another 2.5 hour stream. This is what we do. Martin talks about us all the time.
All the time. All the time. Here, other one I got. Arm in, arm out. If you've seen the show, you know what we're talking about. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. That's so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get out of here.
Thanks everybody.
Right.
Xavier Phoenix, D Steezel. Appreciate you guys giving me the chat. This has been a lot of fun. Derpy always, Cult Lords, appreciate it. House of Nerds show. Can't wait to see you this weekend, Sunday. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So we definitely hit you up in the chat. I mean in DMs. So that's gonna be really cool. So
yep. Yeah. Ant-Man, a couple of days out. Couple of days.
That. The man, the myth, the legend.
he heard his name and he was like, somebody said my name.
You got it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Martin.
Yep.
Another great stream. Appreciate it, Xavier. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. But yeah. But that's it. Just check out our check out our Black Excellence in Cinema coming out pretty soon, and then tomorrow I think we're gonna start the Oscar stuff. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So February we're gonna have a lot of stuff coming in, which can be cool.
Hey, look at this. I've been here since Bad Batch. Look at you, man. Just lurking. Cool.
There we go. There we go. But cool. But yeah, let's get out of here, man. Midnight.
That's what we call it. Because eventually my wife will be like, "Hey, look, let's go."
Yeah. Forget Kevin Feige. You'll put a black bag over you. Kidnap you.
See a black bag.
Yeah.
Go back home.
Well, cool. Appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow, and then all next week. Talk about some more movies and more shows. But cool. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're out here.